Welcome to the Smark Foundation podcast. I'm Aaron. This is Adam.
Oh, hi, Marks.
And we are here to cover the best in AEW for the week. Man,
Interesting week.
it has been an interesting week. Yeah.
Um,
Uh,
and not just in AEW, in kind of the entire sphere of professional
yeah.
wrestling.
So like we're not going to be able to not talk about it at least a little bit. So let's go ahead and get it out of the way now because I'll just put it out there right now. We are not going to eulogize Hulk Hogan in our Call It in the Ring segment like we have been doing with recently deceased wrestlers in the last couple of seasons. We're not going to do that. If you want to know why, go ahead and go check out either one of our Blue Sky feeds. I'm sure there will be a post from one of us or both of there is posts from both of us that explain pretty much how we feel about all of it. Um, look, Hulk Hogan might have been one of the most influential wrestlers of all time. Terry Bollea was kind of a piece of shit.
Yeah,
Uh,
big time.
when your post nut clarity is racism, um, holy shit, man, you got problems.
Yep.
Um, I mean, okay, I understand that his family's probably hurting. It did make me a little sad watching Tony Schiavone try to eulogize him in 45 seconds and hold it together when this
Probably at the insistence of TNT,
probably at the
Warner
insistence of
Discovery.
TNT. Tony probably himself may have done it. I don't know what his relationship with Hulk Hogan was like, but
Oh,
on
we'll get there. I'll save that till the end.
based on the way he
'Cause-
looked, I don't know. It looked like maybe he wasn't having it wasn't easy to hold back while he had to do this in 45 seconds or something like that. I didn't watch the WWE tribute to him because I don't care. I didn't even watch the What Culture one, which I normally would, but I didn't because, like I said, I don't care. It's been like 10 years or more since this Gawker thing came out, and since
He
this
died 10 years to the day that the audio of that came out, where it was made explicit just how much of a racist POS he was.
yeah.
So,
So
so my theory is that he didn't die of any cardiac events. No, 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 no. That's a cover. They're trying to cover wounds that they can't explain
I
because
mean, I like
from what I'm saying
claw marks from hell
is
hounds.
that that day that that audio came out, Terry Bollea went out into a crossroads, dug it, made a little hole in the center of it, and put a hex box down there and covered it up, and then made a deal. And then Crowley came to collect 10 years later.
I mean, I
That
wouldn't be
he
surprised
died
by
of
that.
hellhound wounds, mother.
So I mean, there I didn't.
10
I
years
mean,
to the day. That has supernatural crossroads demon all over it.
yeah. Um. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much what you're gonna get about Hogan is pretty much what's happening right now. Look, I don't want to shit on his wrestling legacy until about 10 years ago. Um, 10 years ago, all bets are off. Okay, you come
Yeah.
out as this casually racist, like all bets are off. Before that, I had a place for Hulk Hogan. I mean, who wasn't a Hulkamaniac when they were a kid? If you're our age,
I'm a little bit
everyone.
younger than you. So like I mean obviously grew up with Hulk Hogan, but like my first guy that I can remember was Brett. I came right on the memories that I have anyway. I may have been a Hulkamaniac when I was 4, but I don't remember when I was 4. It was 1989. I don't know. But like my first guy was Brett that I can remember. 1992, 93. That's where I start kind of remembering things. And so like to me, like I get the importance of his character in the overall fictitious, kayfabe narrative and all that stuff,
Mhm.
you know, and I get how financially he was, very important to the nationalization of wrestling, I guess. Like I think wrestling still would have reached the heights it did. Who knows? Randy Savage could have gotten there if Vince gotten behind him. I bet. Like, I mean, but like Randy Savage also wasn't in Rocky 3 and wasn't, he was still kind of young in his career. I think he was still in Memphis when Rocky 3 hit, like,
Yeah.
and Balea was also having trouble with the AWA because Vern Gagne didn't want to actually commit and put the belt on him because he didn't want, despite the fans clamoring for it, because he always saw his AWA world champions as being great technicians, which Hulk Hogan definitely wasn't.
No.
Um, so he always, he would do these dusty finishes where he would like switch the belt over only for a goofy finish to switch it back or whatever. And Hogan got tired of it, and McMahon saw an opportunity and snatched him up. And it was just kind of lightning in a bottle kind of deal. If that had happened a couple of years later, if Vince had held off on his plans for making his company go national and stuck with Randy, who just came in literally, I think, in 1985. So he came in about a year and a half, 2 years after Hogan returned to the WWF and beat the Iron Sheik in late 1984.
Yeah.
So it, if he had just delayed his timeline somewhat, who knows? Maybe it still would have happened. Maybe not. But the fact of the matter is, we live in this timeline and we have our facts to go on. And the fact of the matter is, he did facilitate those things. Doesn't mean that he's a good person
No.
because he wasn't. He
No.
was a rotten bag of rats.
Yeah.
Uh, he was a dirty POS. But I mean, who among his other grievances, the aforementioned racism, completely stymied Jesse Ventura's attempt to unionize pro wrestling to the point where
Yep.
it never, ever, 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 ever got off the ground after that. And Vince made sure that it didn't.
I'm waiting on
Um,
Tony Khan to fix that shit.
I mean, well, he is management, so it's not that he would have to form a union, is that he would allow a union. And I don't
Well,
necessarily think
I
that he
would
would
like him to
stand in the
come out and
way.
explicitly say that he allows a union.
I think that he would. Like the closest I've heard anybody ever coming to unionizing a few years ago, Freddie Prinze Jr. on his podcast, which was a good podcast, at least the first season of it. I would recommend it. At the second season, I mean, they do a little bit more of the format, and they do more. They go less away from stories and more into the current product. And he has a co-host, and it's not as good really
No.
anymore. But I like his perspective on things because he was in the creative team, and
Mhm.
he's Freddie Prinze Jr. Like, how weird is it that he was actually
When
like
they
a
hired
major,
him, I was like, what?
like incredible. I'm still they should have hired Kieran Culkin. Like, he's an even bigger wrestling fan and Prince's best friend, and an Oscar winner now.
Yeah.
um, yeah, they're looking for cinema. Hire Kieran Culkin. Seriously, he knows what he's talking about.
Hire his brother
Uh,
too. I mean, they're
yeah,
both huge wrestling fans.
yeah,
I mean, from what I've heard
huge
them talk
nerds.
about, they have like a fucking great mind for the business. So
Yeah, they really do.
if I had Tony Khan money,
Yeah,
I might put them on my booking team. I just like both the Culkins and like Freddie Prince Jr.
I
and like
mean
us.
that's a honestly that's a point of uh marketing right there. It's like, hey, look who we got. Like, these
Yeah.
guys like are on, like, that's something you could actually market to an audience and
Mhm.
maybe drum up some interest. But on his podcast, uh he said that he was eventually going to be starting his own indie, and he was looking around. He wanted to outright buy a space so they had a home that he didn't have to like rent or anything like that. But more importantly than that was that he was going to have every single one of his performers uh, be represented by SAG-AFTRA.
Oh.
So
I mean,
like,
yeah, technically I mean, they're actors and
they're
stuntmen,
performers
so
on
SAG,
television and in movies. Like, it should be
yeah.
covered. Honestly, it should be covered. They're doing fictional stuff on TV. I'm not sure why they aren't covered like automatically.
I wonder if there's some kind of contract provision in WWE contracts that prevents them from
Maybe.
joining SAG.
Unless they're going to be in a movie, in which case you need to have your SAG card.
But also, isn't there like I don't know much about unions and stuff, but because I'm not in one. And I have a union rep buddy who I could ask about this if neither of us have the answer, but isn't it like illegal to say you can't join a union?
It is, yes. I think
Like if TKO was like, you cannot join a union, being a publicly
yeah,
traded company, I'm pretty sure
you
that would be illegal, right? Like,
you cannot outright prevent the formation or meeting of a union. You can discourage it. Like, I know, for example, my place of employment, they try very heavily to discourage unions, and they do it. I mean, to be fair to them, they do it in a way that is not that bad. They do it by offering, decent benefits. So, to the point where it's like, oh, why do you need a union? What are we not giving you? It's like they kind of provide it like right up to a line where it's like a lot of people are like, well, this is fine. We don't really need to go any further than this. So, but I mean, I anytime you bring up the U word, they get very twitchy. Management does for
mhm.
sure, and I don't even think that them in particular. I think it's because they have corporate to answer to. It's a
Corporate will get real
company with
twitchy.
it's a company that has over 100 locations across the eastern seaboard.
Yeah.
So like they have a vested interest. It's a family owned company. Like, it's not a publicly owned company. And
Mhm.
I don't really mind, most of their practices because like I know gosh darn well that it's so much worse in so many other places, and that I'm pretty lucky, all things considered, to be working in a place that is okay, like it
Yeah.
is. Um, but yeah, they get real twitchy about that U word to the point where it's like, okay, well, here's some more employee days, and here's this and that and the other thing. We're listening to you and blah blah blah, because they really don't want to go down that road. But they never
Yeah.
ever 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 outright say you are not allowed to unionize and you are not allowed to meet here. Like they
Mm.
never ever ever do that. That I know for a fact is against the law.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, if it had, yeah. So
They
I
can
mean,
discourage
now,
in their own ways, but they cannot outright forbid it.
now,
Like, I mean, we know how Amazon handles it. As soon as you start talking about it, you get shit canned.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Fuck Amazon.
yeah,
Um. So that said, we will talk about some people in wrestling who have their SAG guard for sure.
yeah.
A
Later
little bit
on,
later
yeah.
on this show. That will definitely be happening. As far as the Hulk Hogan thing, I think we're going to put it to bed right there. Look,
Yep.
we don't have much respect for Terry Bollea, the man. We understand and recognize Hulk Hogan's contribution to the business, but unlike another WWE Hall of Famer who passed away this week, I just don't seem to give that much of a shit. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if
Yeah.
that seems cold, but
Uh,
like I
in
cried about
his
Ozzy. Fuck Hulk Hogan.
in
Okay,
his
like
last week or 2 weeks or whatever it was, he set the record for most money raised for charity from a concert, from a benefit concert, at
yep,
$190 million.
yep.
And then he died.
And then he died.
There's
after
your
having a
legacy.
after having if you haven't seen that concert, go watch that fucking concert. Like sit
Yeah.
down for the 4 hours or whatever and fucking watch that shit. Cause like God. I'm still getting parts of it coming across my feeds, like when I'll be watching YouTube shorts or whatever.
Yeah.
Like there's a part where Youngblood does changes, and it is just like he has to tear his monitor out because it's not working or whatever, and you're in a fucking Wembley with like 150,000 fucking people, raw singing changes a cappella, like in front of Ozzy, who is just sitting there like with his cane, like nodding
Yeah.
very solemnly about how much he likes what he is seeing right now, like.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, like going on to like him performing, and then like all these other art, like there's a drum off between like Chad Smith and Ozzy's drummer and fucking Travis from Blink 182. Like, if you haven't seen the concert, go watch that shit. Like, wrestling aside, Ozzy's final concert was a triumphant and tremendous 4 hour affair that I fucking thoroughly enjoyed. So, yeah. But I mean, what? Yeah, one of our Hall of Famers this week went out the right way. The other one
Yeah.
tarnished his own legacy like a fucking asshole.
Yep.
And it sucks. We recognize what he did, but like, I'm not going to be sad about a racist dying ever.
Nope. Nope.
So here we are.
Yep. Rest in piss, Terry.
Rest in piss, Terry. Um, yeah. For those people who are upset by it and for his family and everybody, my condolences go out to you. Okay. The people who are suffering here are the people who are still alive in his wake,
Yeah.
basically. So like, I feel bad for those people, but other than that, I got nothing for him. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That said, let's go to the complete the wrestling company who now occupies the channel that he apparently broke wrestling on, according to Tony Schiavone this week on Saturday. Um,
Yeah.
let's get to some AEW and try to kind of skirt that out of our minds. Dynamite was fucking something this week.
Yeah. It was a really, really good show, I thought. I love this residency, this Aragon Ballroom. I love it every time I see it,
Yeah, I
even
like
more.
the venue a lot,
I
man. I
like
really
it's
do.
so cool. It's so cool. Like I love I mean, it's no secret to any of our listeners at this point that I love these uniquely architecture, if that's even a word. I don't even know if that's a word. I don't know what the what the verb of that would be.
Architecturally unique.
Architecturally unique buildings,
Yes.
stylist. Oh, like, this is a building that it was apparently over 100 years old and still retains like the aesthetic of when it
Hmm.
was for the most part, at least the interior of the ballroom itself. Like you can tell where it's been refurbished, like when they do
Hmm.
the shots of elsewhere in the venue, like on the stairs and stuff like that. Obviously, that kind of stuff
Yeah.
has been remodeled and stuff like that for a little bit more modern feel, but the ballroom itself is very, very 1920s, and I absolutely adore it. I'm going to be really, really sad next week at the end of Collision that we're not going to see that building anymore. Because, yeah, it's a small crowd. And yeah, the acoustics are weird because when it's loud, it's really loud. And when it's quiet, it's deathly quiet. But, like, and there's not much in return. So, but it
No.
honestly, that just kind of reminds me of any indie show that I've ever been at. So, even that didn't really bother me so much because it's like, oh, this is like being at an indie. This is great. I haven't been to an indie show in far too. So
Yeah.
this kind of served that need as well. But yeah, we open up with uh what it's the announcement about the Eliminator tournament for the number one contendership for the World Tag Team title, right?
Praise the Lord, a tournament.
I
God
love me a
damn, I
tournament.
love me a tournament. I am a
Yep.
mark for a fucking tournament. I
The
love tournaments.
the weird thing though was that they only released a quarter of the bracket on this show. It was just the match that we were going to see that night. I
Yeah, I
heard
thought that
Brian.
was weird too.
I thought it was weird, but like not as weird as Brian Alvarez apparently found it. He went apparently just off, and I'm like, dude, they'll get how Tony Khan operates. He'll give it to you by the next show.
Hmm.
Like, sit on it.
Brian Cartwheel needs to chill out. All right. Anyway,
Anyway,
uh,
uh, but
Honey
yeah, like
Bry.
so we get FTR versus Jet Speed as announced for tonight. It was like, okay, you've got my attention. That's great.
Yeah.
Jet Speed gelled far quicker than so many other tag teams I could think of that were just kind of thrown together over the course of history. Like they, in the course of like 2, 3 months, they like are a legitimate tag team with
Yeah.
matching gear and those synchronized moves and everything like that. Like they look cohesive after an alarmingly short amount of time, and I am so happy for that. I think eventually Jet Speed will win the belts if they're
Yeah, I think so.
if they aren't split up beforehand. But like I think within the year, I think they're going to get a turn.
I mean,
But it
they'll
won't.
probably get a turn with the belts. Definitely before because I don't know how they're going to break them up. I mean,
I mean, who would you
who's going
turn
to be the
heel?
heel?
I mean, I suppose Knight, but like, why? Why would you, I mean?
I mean,
It's the
justify it for
question.
me if you have a
Yeah,
justification because
the
I don't have
question
one.
at this point would be why, because they
Yeah.
don't have any kind of story that would justify that. Now you drag it into the future, you develop them as characters a little bit more, and then yeah, we'll talk. But right now, there's no reason to do that. That won't happen until uh quite a ways down the line. But after that, Hangman is on the way to the ring. He's stopped by Renee. Uh, Hangman is super upset about Colt Cabana getting choked out and beat up by the Death Riders last week on Collision. And yeah, he just kind of goes to the ring and says, "Come and get me," basically. And then what happens is something of a rarity. We get an extended squash match from Hangman Page and Wheeler Yuta for the most part. Yuta kind of jumps him from behind as he's going to the ring. Uh, but after like that brief fury, it's all Hanger. This one doesn't even get a commercial break.
Mm.
Like that's how short it is. Hanger just after a certain point, like about quarter of the way through the match, just completely dismantles Yuta. Uh, I kind of like it because it establishes the champion as the guy, and like he's riding high not only on his momentum but his confidence as well, which has always been Hanger's, Achilles heel is that he lacks self-confidence at times. Most of the time, he is the anxious millennial cowboy. He is not suffering from any anxiety over his role right now, and this match was a showcase of that.
Mhm.
But there was something that happened after the match, wasn't there?
Um, actually, I think MJF interrupted the Hangman and Renee thing before the
No, no,
match.
I'm talking about directly after the match, the angle with Hanger and Yuta.
With Hanger and Yuta. Okay,
Yeah,
so Hanger gets the chain that he brought with him because he brought a
which
chain with
by
him.
I need to point out too, like they keep using a real chain. It is not a gimmicked chain. You can tell by the heft and the weight of it.
I am pretty sure what we saw on this particular evening was a hard way, because Hangman began beating the brakes off of Wheeler Yuta's forehead with this chain wrapped around his fist pretty hard. And my son, he was like, "Why do his punches look so slow and like deliberate?" And I'm like, "When you're really punching somebody, that's what it looks like."
Yeah,
And I was
because
saying
you
to,
haven't.
I've been doing this for a long time. I've seen a lot of this, and it like
Yeah,
happened in front of my eyes. I told my son, I'm telling him they're probably hard weighing Yuta. And he's like, "What's that?" And I'm like, "He's going to get up and be bleeding profusely from his fucking forehead." And he's like, "Wow." I was like, "Because he really hit him with that chain and knocked him open." And he
and that
probably
was the reason for those slow punches was to deliberately
to
open him up.
deliberately open him up. Yeah. And I told my son, I'm like, "They're deliberately opening him up right here." I was like, "I don't know if that's part of the storyline or if that's just what's happening, but that's what's happening." And then Wheeler stood up and he's wearing the crimson mask.
Yep.
And my son's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "I told you."
Yeah,
Like,
it
told you.
wasn't he didn't go the full Muda or anything, but he was
No, no,
bloodied.
but he was definitely messed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean he hard weighed him because they're in between Wheeler having a clean forehead the last time we saw his face before Hangman got on top of him and getting up.
Yep.
The camera did not leave him. So there was no place where he could have cut himself open like we traditionally do when we're hidden from the camera or the eyes of the audience. Being in the middle of the ring is not the place you blade your forehead.
No.
So the only option in this case is that Hangman did that to him.
Yeah, and that was part of the plan.
It was part of the plan. And um it says a lot about how much Wheeler Yuta trusts Hangman Adam Page
And how tough he
in
is
real life.
too. Like,
That
because
too.
that could not have been a pleasant
But I
experience
mean,
because it was a
let's
real
talk
chain.
toughness. A referee did that like 6 months ago. So or a year and a half ago before, in the last Briscoe FTR match. A referee did an
Yeah.
exact thing.
Yep.
Um but it just there's a lot of trust that goes into that. Um, a level of trust that I didn't know anybody would just hand out to like Hanger or somebody like somebody. I mean, he's not new to this business, but
I mean, he doesn't have a reputation of being dangerous in the ring.
it let me put it this way. Yuta has to have a very, 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 very high opinion of him to let him do that to him. Like,
Well, I know Mox does, so
I
that
know that.
probably bleeds to the rest of them too.
Well, yeah, the type of people that I've seen do this to one another were like the best of friends
Yeah,
because that's the only because this person's really going to punch you in the forehead and this person's
yeah,
really going to open you up.
yeah.
And
And to be
if
fair,
you're
too,
not best friends afterwards, there's probably going to be a fight in the parking lot, brief as it may be, probably going to happen.
also
Um,
too, not to diminish anything else, but let's not forget that's again a real heavy chain that you're really getting punched repeatedly in the cranium with.
yeah,
You are risking a concussion
risking a
just
lot.
by putting yourself in that position.
So yeah, it's
And
like a level of trust that I don't know if I would give anyone. Like I just
yeah,
I mean I know people who could probably do it to me, but the people I know like out of those people like one of them maybe I
yeah,
might let one of them do this to me. And it was a guy that I've known my entire wrestling career. So like it would have to be him. He would be the only one I would let do this. And he's partially responsible for my training too. So I mean I mean
yeah.
I trust him in
That'll
my
do
life a few times already, you know. So
it. Yeah, kind of. Every time you
um
step in between the ropes with somebody.
yeah, with him specifically.
Yeah,
So I mean it's just like I mean yeah, I've been doing this for like 15 almost 20 years and I'm on one person that I know that I would like allow to do this type of thing to me. So it's just it speaks to a level of trust that I just don't have with a lot of people. And it was just fantastic. It was just
yeah,
fantastic. Like I was just like, oh man, I haven't seen a hard way in so long. I was just like, so I was over the moon about this. I thought it was the best thing, and the fact that like, I mean, I thought we were gonna hang him. I thought we were gonna hang him.
yeah. But, and here's the big story point. He doesn't. He teases it and then looks at Yuta and says, I could do this to you right now, basically unchallenged. Where are your boys? They don't care about you. They're not out here to save you for a reason. They don't give a crap about you. Think about that. Stew on that. Now, this is not the first time that anybody has said anything to that effect to Wheeler Yuta.
Cope said
But,
it like a year ago.
but to be fair, this was the first time that anybody has said that to him after beating the utter stuffing out of him to the point where he's bleeding all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, if they're not going to say, like, everybody saves Mox when he's, everybody saves Claudio. Why doesn't anybody save Wheeler? Like, how long is he going to be their whipping boy? You know. So I think this is interesting because it's like they're pulling this storyline thread with Yuta, which he's going to bite on because otherwise they wouldn't even bring it up.
Yeah.
At the same time that they're doing this thing where Yuta's trying to recruit Statler. So it's weird to see like I don't really know how this is gonna pan out, you know? So I'm kind of interested to see where those two story threads intersect.
Yeah. I'm Wheeler Yuta breaking away from the Death Riders is going to be the most difficult transition of his career because we broke because we had best friends Wheeler who we
Yeah.
completely destroyed and turned into
BCC Wheeler.
alpha sheepdog Wheeler.
Yeah.
Um,
Pure champion.
yeah, pure champion, pure trios champion. I mean, I don't know if he pulled up the tag team champions at any point, but
No.
definitely trios and definitely pure championship.
Yep.
So we've got Wheeler. who is now, the alpha sheepdog, and he's whatever. But who is Wheeler Yuta after the Death Riders? And that
Ditto.
is a so here is Yuta is at like a point in his career. Like, who is Chris Kanyon after Mortis?
Yeah.
Like, who is Glacier after Glacier? Like, who is Perry Saturn after the Eliminators?
Yeah.
That's where we're at. And you, as well as I, know that change from being a Death Rider to not being a Death Rider, if he doesn't follow that up with something memorable, that could be the end of Wheeler Yuta as even a mid carder.
They have been grooming him for,
True.
for stuff. I think that they probably have something in mind. If I was booking, as soon as the Death Riders dissolve, he goes. You have Wheeler kind of like not knowing what he is, lampshading it, like not knowing who I am, and you have him run into the returning scapegoat Jack Perry, who is basically Raven at this point, basically ready to pick off all these downtrodden characters and manipulate them to his own ends. And then you have Wheeler be like, you know what? No, you're just like Mox. You are going to mistreat me. You are going to use me for your own ends. You know what? F off. And then he just beats the crap out of Jack Barry and gets. I think he could get really overdoing that.
Point of order, it left a really sour taste in my mouth that you just described Jack Perry as Raven. Okay. Like, I don't know
That's
why it did that, but that left
it's
like a
his.
little bit of a throw up taste in the back of my
It
throat
is.
there.
I mean, think about it
I
though.
mean, okay, no. It made it worse realizing how right you are. It didn't make it better. Okay. Like, I was
He's
like,
even
oh,
got the
he
hair.
even got the fucking hair. Like, that's what I thought. I sat here. I was like, he's even got the fucking hair, the leather
Hmm.
jacket, the torn jeans, the
The
fucking hair,
nihilistic
the nihilist
attitude.
attitude. God damn it, Adam. I could I could
What can
kick
I
you
say
sometimes. I
except
swear to
you're
God.
welcome?
Oh, that hurts my heart a little bit and
Well, you know
makes
what didn't hurt your heart, I bet?
oh
FTR versus Jet Speed, which was
fuck no, it
next.
didn't. Oh no. Next we had Athena and Billy Starks.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Little okay, a little promo. I liked the call and response thing with her and Billy. I
Yeah,
thought that was all right.
that is
She
their
still called her
dynamic on
fucking
ROH.
Tonti though, and I'm getting tired of that already. Like
I don't know.
I
That's
don't
got
get
to be a
it.
reference to
Do I
something.
not? Somebody explain this to me. Somebody get on Blue Sky and fucking tell me why she's calling her
Am
Tonti. Why does that
am
fuck? What
I?
does that mean? Like,
I'm gonna put myself on the line here, and if I sound super ignorant saying this, please let me know. I don't want to, but is it like, uh, am I too white to get it?
no, I don't think it's like that.
Like
I
I
don't think it's like that.
is that something like that's a cultural thing that I just don't get because I didn't grow up in that culture, or
No,
like I
because
don't
I grew
understand
up
it.
in largely the same culture that she did because we both grew up in like northern Texas.
You know,
And yeah, that's definitely not a cultural thing. Like, I don't get this. Like, this is the only part of it I don't get. Everything else has been hitting.
yeah,
We'll talk
dude,
about her match with Windsor later that was really fucking hitting.
yeah.
But
This program is doing it for me. Like it was gonna
I
anyway
like it.
because
Yeah, everything else is doing it for me. The Tonti thing is not fucking doing it for me, man.
well, I guess that's the part you boo, right? Oh, but yeah, I agree. I liked the kind of the dynamic that she and Billy have, where it's minion overlord and her minion, and like is like a rough taskmaster. Oh, and it should be noted that it was Shark Week, and Athena was the one that they had wear the shark fin thing on her head, and it worked because Athena can make anything work. So I thought that was worth mentioning as well. Um, but yeah, like I'm not as down on Tonti as you are. I just do not understand it. I just straight up like I think I need to be educated about
Yeah,
it's got to be a
I maybe I
reference to
do. It's got
something
to be
that I'm just
something,
missing.
right? Like,
Yeah,
I just
like
don't like it, man. I
is
just don't.
is maybe it's just a play on a word that we're not thinking of. Like
Maybe,
I don't know.
maybe. Is this some
I
kind
don't
of
know.
weird, like scramble version of Taint?
I don't know.
I don't. I mean, it would
But
play.
yeah,
But yeah, I
but
mean,
yeah.
so the
Billy.
point of this is to foreshadow. Billy is
Yeah,
foreshadowing. She says she's going to beat Tony. But Athena's saying no, we're going to take Tony out. So we're
yeah,
foreshadowing kind of what's going to go on later. Although I don't know, we'll talk about this more
yeah.
after all of that. Um,
Anyway,
so now
tag
we've
team
got
tournament.
FTR and Jet Speed, which definitely didn't hurt my feelings. I fucking love that
No,
shit.
like I do not understand how. And this is no knock against Jet Speed, who again I will laud all the praise on. They are electric to watch as kind of underdog baby faces. I really, really do like that they put them together, even if it was out of convenience. They're absolutely wringing 100% out of that rag that they can. Um, but like I do not understand the sizable, loud audience on Blue Sky that thinks that FTR is overrated. Like to me, they're the best tag team in the world. In the world. Look at this. Like they had the outrun the Outrunners had their best match with FTR.
Everybody
Like
has their best match with FTR.
everybody has their best match with FTR.
And the
Although
best
I
tag
will
matches ever of all time have FTR in them. I'm sorry,
yeah,
guys. Like they do.
like
Like there's
I
three of them
don't
against the Briscoes that are better than any other tag matches. Like let's
just
just say
because you
it.
may
You
be
know?
tired of their characters or Dax's online behavior or whatever doesn't take away from the I like let's be real here. His online behavior is so much less egregious than the guy that we non-eulogized at the beginning here. There's a little perspective that needs to
Um,
be taken into
People are
account.
dickheads to Dax Harwood, and if
Yeah,
people
for
were as
no reason.
dickheaded to me as they are to him, I would act exactly the same way. In fact, come be a dickhead to me on Blue Sky, and I will say far worse things to you than Dax Harwood says to the people who say way worse shit to him.
Yeah.
I've watched it happen. That's
We're
one of the reasons I left X is because people were fucking shitting on Dax Harwood and literally depressing the man to the point that he didn't want to come to work.
yeah,
Like fuck y'all for
for
that.
real.
Sorry, no, I'm not
I
sorry.
yeah. No, I love Dax in particular. Like I love Cash too. Like I think he's
Yeah.
super underrated. Like
Mhm.
nobody talks about Cash and what he brings to that table. But like he's excellent. But Dax is the one who normally gets to talk and
Yeah.
he does a lot more talking out of character and so he I guess invites the criticism just by going out there just like we would invite criticism by doing the show. You put
Dax
yourself out
could
there,
say
you invite
something
the
as
criticism.
simple as "I love pancakes," and here come Waffle Hitler.
Yeah.
Like seriously, man, that's the type of environment that is
No.
surrounding him online. Like he didn't surround himself with that environment because at
No.
the time that I started watching him online, he was doing a killer podcast, which I don't know
Yeah,
what
that
happened
podcast was
to.
good for as long as it lasted.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there were people that were shitting on him for shouting out Cornette, but sorry guys, you're never like shit on me if you want to. Yeah, Cornette might be a fucking relic of a past age, but that man has forgotten more about wrestling and can teach everybody something
Yeah.
than any of us fucking know. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Like, I
There's
mean, he never should have slapped Santino.
no, he
Like,
shouldn't have.
but
But
like,
but if somebody was in my face and I said you need to fucking walk away before you get hit, and they didn't leave, they probably get hit. And that's the
yeah.
only thing I can say about that situation is that
Well,
Santino was definitely told, please get out of my face like a bunch before he did get hit. So,
no, he was
but
told
I'm not going
the
to
way
excuse it anyway. Still,
the way I heard that story was that he was a plant in the audience for the Boogeyman in FCW. Was it FCW or OVW? Whatever. I think it was
one of those
OVW.
ones that he used to run, that
Yeah, I
Cornette
think it
used
was
to run.
OVW, and his instructions were to you know coerce the crowd as a plant to be afraid to put over the boogeyman as the spooky guy. He had his daughter with him next to him, and she was legitimately terrified. And he,
Hmm.
as any good father would do, went to comfort her in the way that he knew how by trying to alleviate the pressure of the moment and the scariness of the moment by laughing and trying to calm his daughter down. And here comes Cornette after the show and slaps his face because that man doesn't have any children and he doesn't understand.
The
He
video of the
doesn't
altercation
understand.
between them two that I saw was at like a con or something.
Oh, that was long after the fact. This was
And
over. Their beef is over what happened in OVW.
oh, okay, okay. See, I guess I've never seen like a video of the slap itself or anything like that,
Yeah,
but I
I've never
have
seen
seen.
it, but I know the story. It's pretty well
Yeah,
documented.
I've also seen video of Cornette calling somebody a cunt in a drive-through. So, um,
Well, I mean, that's honestly that's not that uncommon. I mean,
actually, based on the situation, if it's the way Cornette told it, I probably would have done the same thing. But either way, people gave him shit just for that. Like
yeah.
simple as calling out, like, "Hey, man, I respect Jim Cornette because of the things he's taught me about this business." Okay,
Yeah. You
cool.
know what the
Or
thing is too about Cornette is that he likes so much a narrower vision than you or I have of what you and I take the opinion that wrestling can be anything you want it to be.
yeah, absolutely.
He does not believe that
Oh no, no,
at
no.
all. He has a very, 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 very narrow vision of what he thinks wrestling should be. That being said, that Venn diagram there is like his circle, right? Is encapsulated by my circle.
Yeah,
There's nothing that he likes is anything that I don't like. I like
yeah,
his vision. I just happen to like a lot of other things as well.
yeah,
So somebody, if he likes somebody's work, there's a pretty good, pretty good chance that I will also like their work and for the same reasons.
yeah,
So like to me, like him getting the Dax shouting out Cornette for appreciating their work and for giving them a couple pointers here, that didn't that didn't bother me at all. It's
no,
like, dude,
no,
like Cornette's standards are stupidly, ludicrously, unrealistically high
yeah.
in the year of our Lord
See,
2025.
and with that, I
So
now
if
see.
somebody reaches them, that just means that they're excellent.
Mhm,
That's all that means. That's all that
yeah,
translates to.
I mean,
And
like
Dax is that guy.
Cornette recently reviewed All In. Like he did what we do. He reviewed the show,
Mm.
Um, and I listened to like the first half of it or so, before I was like, okay, I'll just listen to too much content about this now. But in the part that I listened to, I got both sides of Cornette that I like and dislike. I got the side of him where he agrees with me and that he likes some of the same stuff I like, where he talked about very glowingly about Adam Cole and how upsetting it was that he was going to be that he was possibly retired. And Cornette put him on ROH when he was 19 years old. I mean, Cornette has an inextricable link to Adam Cole. He was
It's
booking
so
ROH when Cole
weird.
started,
Like
and he
he's
loves
the
him.
kind
He really
he's the
does.
he's the kind of guy that like I would peg Cornette for thinking he's too small.
No, Corny
Like
had he talked about that too. He was like, I hope he goes and gets healed and figures out whatever it is that's taking away his size because he was much bigger when he worked for me at 19
which
years
is
old than
true.
he has been
It
lately.
is true.
So,
Yeah.
but Courtney was just hoping the best for his health and hoping that he got to come back to wrestling someday and was audibly upset that Adam Cole may have to retire because he really does enjoy his work and likes it.
I mean,
And then,
I can't think of a single person who dislikes the person
right.
behind the Adam Cole character.
But
Like,
see, here's where we get to that. I can't think of a single person who would dislike X person, and how it's going to tie right back into what we were talking about the Dynamite show is that further on in this same recording, I also listened to talk about how much he fucking hates fucking Speedball Mike Bailey. Like, even worse than he hates Orange Cassidy. And you know what? That doesn't make sense to me. And I don't fucking agree because I fucking love Speedball Mike Bailey and I fucking love Jet Speed. And this match with FTR hit me on every level. I fucking enjoyed
yeah,
the shit
like
out of this. This thing
this
was
was
great.
dope. Like I won't say it's FTR's best match ever, but it might be Jet Speed's.
Oh, dude, it's Jet
Like
Speed's
it
best
might
tag match
be.
by far. By
Like
far. Like the Hurt Syndicate match is a. I mean, their trio match at or
yeah,
their three way match
exceeded
at
expectations.
All In exceeded expectation, but this was their best tag match,
I think so.
bar none. FTR has a habit of that though. They'll drag the best
They
match out of
do.
you kicking and screaming.
Yeah.
So it was great. It was great. Did not call FTR winning, but also did not call the next one either. So
Yeah.
this tournament could be full of all kinds of surprises for me because I looked at the brackets and I
Yeah.
made the brackets, and half of my fucking brackets already blown up. Like it's already blown up. So yeah, like I don't know what's gonna happen, and I like that. Like I've
Yeah,
said that 100 times here. I love being surprised. So
for sure.
um,
I
this
loved the
surprised me a little bit.
finish of this match too, because
Yeah,
Stokely came down. He's selling having gotten speared by Adam Copeland, so he has the crutch, right? He's
yeah,
hobbling around, and at the end of the match, uh, uh, was it Kevin Knight hits a crucifix on
yeah.
Dax, but Dax rolls through, and behind the referee's back because their bodies are obstructing his view. Instead
Hmm.
of grabbing the ropes like somebody normally would for leverage, he's too far away.
Yeah.
But Stokely can push the crutch in there and use that. He used that leverage to pin him. I thought that was great
It was
finish.
good. Yeah,
Great
the
finish.
like, damn it, Stokely, stop making me like things you do. It's like Ricochet, man. I now I don't think Stokely is as much of a piece of shit as Ricochet is in
No,
actual life, but it's like one of those things. Like, I don't like you. Why do you gotta make me
like
do?
I
Why
don't
you
want
do
to
things to
like
make me
you.
like
Yeah.
you?
Yep.
But yeah, he's a great heel manager for these guys. They don't even need a manager, so the fact that he adds something
Yeah.
is really fucking good. I mean, it's good. I can't deny how good that is. That's good shit.
Yep.
Like they don't need him. He still adds something.
Yeah.
Uh, so
There was an angle after this match too.
oh yeah, surprise number two for me for the night. Um, Adam Copeland shows up. Kind of having a back and forth with Stokely. Stokely demands he be taken to prison, among
Yeah,
other
because
things.
he can't be within 200 feet of Stokely. He has or FTR rather. He has a an order of protection against him. I
Yeah,
guess can't be within 200 feet. Copeland's like, oh, I forgot about that. But I did make a kind of deal with some guys who can kind of work around that. Their business happens to be hurting people, and then out comes the Hurt Syndicate.
this was surprising.
Yeah, like
Why are
they're
the Hurt Syndicate
heels.
acting as hitters for faces?
I guess they're the new APA. They're just,
I'll take it. It's
they're mercenaries. Like whoever pays them gets their services. Their
just
business is
business, I
hurting
guess.
people.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
Cope,
I guess it is. Anybody can get it, I
Cope
guess.
goes way back with all those guys too,
Yeah, he does. He
except for
does.
MJF, who did not who key did not show up in this segment. It was just MVP, Bobby Lashley, and Shelton Benjamin. MJF was left out of this for reasons we'll get to in a few minutes. Um, but yeah, the Hurt Syndicate comes out and the tag team champions they look to brawl with FTR. Uh, Cope hits the ring and wants to hit Stokely with another spear, but uh, Stoke pulls a security guard and just
And he
the
ate that
dude just
spear too. That was
yeah
awesome.
he just it was a really good sell. It was great.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so that allowed Stoke to get away. Uh, and then FTR gets chased off by the Hurt Syndicate. So it looks like, I mean, between this and the way that it looks like they're gearing up for FTR versus the Hurt Syndicate, which is very strange dynamic since there's no babyface equation.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you the match is going to be good.
Oh, it'll be great, man. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. Like the crowd probably isn't going to be that into it,
Yeah.
but that's their fault
Yeah.
for not
They
appreciating
cannot be
wrestling.
into it, unfortunately.
So
So after this, we go to Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian and Mama Wayne promo. Um, okay. I appreciate what we're doing here, but this is going to be a one of the 1-2 punch of what I feel are like bad faction names. I mean, you know what the second one is. We've already discussed it a little bit, but
yeah, we'll
the
get
first
there.
punch was calling these guys uncaged. I don't like
Yeah, they hit
your
that
name should
hard.
not reference something that you like. We kicked Christian Cage out of our group, so now we're
It
uncaged.
shouldn't be
No,
the name of a faction shouldn't be an adjective.
no. Um, I also don't like that in these promos they've got Nick Wayne sitting down because it makes him look smaller and he's already not that big. And I also don't like that he's putting on his super serious face and putting the bass in his voice like a man. It's
I
weird,
I
man. Like
have
I feel like he's playing badass.
I have a theory. I have a hypothesis regarding this.
Okay.
Like, because you see how he's front and center, and he's got Mother Wayne and he's got Kip Sabian behind him. It reminds me of like Game of Thrones.
Yeah, almost.
And Nick Wayne is like Joffrey, and Kip is like Kip and Mother Wayne are like Mother Wayne would be Cersei, I guess,
I
and
guess so.
Kip would be Tywin Lannister, right? Whispering in his ear, building him up, building him up, building him up, that kind of thing. That they're letting Nick think he's the man of the house and the guy in charge, but he's getting his strings pulled by the other two. So
Yeah.
they're content to let him sit in the front there on his throne, if you will. But it's clear by their positioning as above him, even if they are behind him, that they're the ones in control of this situation. They're using him for their own ends. I think that's the kind of thing that they're going. Um, and I dig it. I like it because this will set Nick Wayne up down the line for a really good babyface turn. And considering, the kind of wrestler that he is and how young he is, and like he's an actual prodigy. Like you can't hold back that kind of talent for too long before people inevitably start to cheer for you despite any heelish actions that you exhibit and that you
Yeah.
engage.
Yeah.
So why not lean into it and facilitate a really good turn ahead of time, you know? So when those two turn on him or they ask him to do something that he finally doesn't want to do, or alternatively, if he mirrors Christian Cage and he starts to do his own thing, and then the other two realize that he can't be controlled anymore and they leave him in the dirt, that'll facilitate a nice a babyface turn for him that I
Mhm.
think will really serve him well. Now, if I know TK, he's got this planned for like a year ahead of time. He's not planning on turning him anytime soon. But I think that's where we're going with this, and I'm okay with it. I'm invested in Nick Wayne's future. I really, really like this kid. I think he's got a ton of upside.
Yeah,
So
he
I'm
has a
okay
ton
with
of
it.
upside. I think he just has some kinks to work out, really. That's the thing. Like
And
he
he's
just
20,
but he's
so he
20.
has time.
Yeah, so he does have time.
Like,
Um, with that said, then we get a Moxley promo.
mhm.
It was a Moxley promo.
Yeah,
Uh, um, he's kind of just reflecting on what happened at All In, it seems, and basically is just dropping what seems like hint after hint that we're going to get a rematch. Um,
yeah,
that's going to be remedied very soon.
yeah. He
But
he. This is the promo where he says, you great, you won the match. Can you get up and do it tomorrow? Can you do
yeah,
it the day after that? Can you do it the day after that? That's what a champion does, etc.
yeah,
Trying to goad him into, you know, back into, backsliding him into his insecurities while simultaneously asking but not asking for a rematch.
yeah. Yeah.
He's
I was
too
just like,
proud to
man,
just ask for it.
yeah, no, man, you don't deserve one at all or anything like that. You don't ask for that. Oh God, like
Yeah.
just ask, bro. Just ask. Like
Yeah.
it's like the kid that's too timid to ask dad if his friend can stay the night or something.
Yeah.
Like
So he big times it instead and says, "Oh, I never really wanted it anyway."
yeah. So yeah,
But yeah,
we
that
get
was
the
it.
Moxley promo. That was basically it. Yeah. Then we get an
Yeah.
Osprey promo.
Kind of a bummer, this one. Not gonna
Yeah.
lie.
Well, I mean, based on what I know about this type of injury, he can just, physical therapy himself out of it, probably
Yeah.
by forbidden door. Um,
If he's been having trouble with his neck for 10 months, it kind of it kind of surprises me that he may be good to go by Forbidden Door. I don't like that
if
10
it's
month
not that
nagging injury.
serious, I mean, yeah, it could be nagging, but not be that serious, and why he didn't, do anything about
Yeah.
it until it got to a point where it is seriously interfering.
Yeah, he didn't I if we know anything about Will Ospreay is that he's fiercely loyal to this company and what it's done for him. It would not surprise me if he didn't want to take the time off simply so that he could get through All Out and finish, or All In rather, and
Hmm.
finish his part to play in the greater story of Hangman's redemption
Yeah,
and the defeat of John Moxley. Like
yeah,
that just seems like the kind of really selfless person that he is. Uh I don't know that for sure, but that seems likely to me. So
no.
I don't know.
But
So
I hope he will be good for
yeah, herniated
for
discs are
that.
no joke though. So like, you know,
Yeah,
get well soon, Will. Like arguably the best bell to bell wrestler in the world. So I really, really hope that he gets well soon, not just for his own health, but selfishly, so that I can see more Will Ospreay matches
yeah.
soon because I'm already missing them.
Then after that we get another promo. Well,
Yeah.
kind of hard in the promos in this part of the show.
Yeah, like this
Um,
whole part of the show is just promo, promo, promo,
promo,
promo.
promo, promo, probably like six of them in a row or something. But so this one is Willow, and she's feeling a sense of renewal, and it looks like she kind of wants to get her hands on Tekla,
I'm
and
okay
tells
with
her
that.
she can find her in the ring. So
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
yeah, I am too.
Gives Willow something to do. That's a big step up in competition for Tekla. Like that's
Yeah,
a really, really good position on the card for her to be being force being faced up against Willow. TK must have some big plans for Tekla down the line.
yeah,
And I'm okay with it. Like I love her. I think she's incredible. Like she's got, as the kids say, she's like aura personified.
yeah,
Like she oozes cool,
yeah,
effortlessly, effortlessly cool. Like, and she's like 5 foot nothing. Like, and yet somehow she's like beating the crap out of Queen Aminata, who's nearly 6 feet tall,
right.
like on a weekly basis.
So after that, another promo.
Yep.
This time MJF and Hurt
Backstage interview.
Syndicate.
Yep.
Yeah, backstage interview, MJF and Hurt Syndicate. MJF freaks out basically on the Hurt Syndicate because they're, not helping him get back his belt and all this. Um, at that point, Shelton Benjamin asks Renee to leave, and after she leaves, Bobby Lashley goozles MJF, shoves him up against the lockers like a nerd, and tells him, all every week it's I, and as far as I'm concerned, I want you out. So we are already seeing the Hurt Syndicate getting rid of MJF,
See, like
basically.
I was very confused by this. It's like, is he out or is he not? I don't under. I
I
didn't
think there's
really.
going to be some kind of funny
They'll
business
probably
with
pay it
the
off this week.
contract.
But yeah,
They signed a contract about this, so there's going to be some kind of funny business with that contract where they can't get rid of him or something, until he's the champion or something like that. There's going to be something that causes that basically is going to further irritate us with MJF and ingratiate us more to Hurt Syndicate as we kind of move towards them and FTR. I think they're probably going to position them as the faces in this, and I mean, of course they would.
yeah.
So
I mean, it sure as hell ain't gonna be FTR.
yeah, but I mean, here
Not
we
not
are.
right
That's
now.
that's that's two actions in one show against the heels, quote
Yeah.
unquote. So, we're looking at a turn here. Maybe a slower burn one than normal, but we're looking at a turn
Yeah.
here.
I mean, they were already kind of operating on like heel leaning tweener territory,
Yeah,
like because they're cool. Like, I mean, I don't think Bobby Lashley's all that cool. I think he's boring. But like they're playing to his strengths at least. They're not having him call somebody a bastard.
Yeah.
So or having him sleep with somebody's wife or something. Like,
Yeah.
uh
Oh,
what did
that
they do to
Rusev
him?
storyline was the drizzling shit.
How
Oh,
did that get Rusev more over
no
and
idea.
nobody else? Everybody nobody else benefited
Because
except the
Rusev
guy
was the
that was
only
made
one that
to.
came out looking good in it,
Well,
even though
yeah,
he
but
wasn't supposed
like
to.
it was very clear that when Vince does those kind of storylines that he actually thinks that the victim is a geek and that he's punishing them. But Rusev came out smelling like a freaking rose after that because he's just so naturally charismatic and funny. Like that's all there was to it. I mean, especially since Bobby Lashley has all the personality of a wet potato.
Oh gosh, so very little personality.
Like he gets by being a legitimately scary badass because look at him. How could he not? Even with that kind of baby face that he has, he's literally just muscle and bone. There's
Yeah.
like that's all there, he looks like an action figure from 1985. So like, it's it, that being said, like those are his strengths, and those are really kind of his only strengths as a character. So
Yeah.
don't anything else you ask him to do, it's just not gonna come off. Like he's not really like he dresses cool, but he
Yeah.
isn't really cool himself. You know,
Yeah.
like he dresses the part, but nothing about him screams charismatic. So,
Yeah.
um, at least not to this viewer. I don't know. He seems like a very nice person in interviews and stuff. He's very gracious. He's very humble. He's a little too much of an apologist about certain things, but I mean, a lot of wrestlers are, especially a lot of former WWE guys are.
Yeah.
So, I mean, but I mean, otherwise, he seems like a non-confrontational fellow. I have no problem with Bobby Lashley, the person, but he doesn't really excite me as a performer. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, like I would definitely be scared shitless too, like MJF was, if I was goozled up against the locker by the
Oh
guy.
yeah.
Yeah, like he is absolutely believable in that regard.
Yeah. So after that, we finally get another match. Yay!
Yay.
Like finally the
And
promo roll
and
is
this one
over.
features our queen,
Tony
timeless
Storm.
Tony Storm.
Um,
Oh, my heart.
she's taking on Billy Starks. This was actually like a really good match, like beyond what I expected for Billy Starks
Like Billy is good.
competitively.
The only kind of criticism I have of Billy, and this may come off as bad faith. I've never been part of the business or whatever, so like, take this for what you will. This is just my observation. But like I don't know what kind of gas tank she has because like a lot of the strikes that she throws are like really don't they she looks like she's kicking through molasses. Like they're not quick. They're not crisp. They don't look like they hurt. Like they
Yeah.
don't like it's just like okay, I'm just gonna throw my leg out now. And it's just like I I would and again, this may come as if I am out of line here, please tell me. Please tell me I'll stop making these kinds of criticisms because I don't want to be that guy. Because I do like Billy. She's got a ton of potential. She's so young. She's another, Nick Wayne situation where she's got so much time
Hmm.
ahead of her. She's going to be so good when she actually hits her physical athletic prime. She's going to be just out of this world. But right now it's like it seems like some of the stuff she does is just kind of almost lazily done, which is like, oof. Like Billy, I like you. I want to like you further. Like, could you please like look like you're putting forth some effort, please?
Yeah.
You know.
I
But
don't know. I thought the effort in this match was pretty good, man.
yeah,
Of course, we She tries to go for a senton atomico, which she's been using for like a setup move recently. And Storm gets her knees up, and then she puts her in what I will never not call a crossface chicken wing. Okay, like she put her in a cross. They're calling it the TCM chicken wing, which I guess has something to do with Turner Classic Movies or something like that.
Yeah, I don't really
Um,
get
but
why,
I don't
but
either. But this is a
uh,
crossface chicken wing. This is a Bob Backlund finisher, and she totally uses it. And
yeah,
um,
and she does it the right way too, because when she wraps her arms around, she does it like Asuka does, where she
yeah,
hooks her own hands in an S grip around it while she has the hammer, the half chicken wing in place and the half Nelson in place. So it actually looks tight as
yeah,
opposed to, and I love Bob Backlund, so I'm sorry to say this, but his chicken wing was, I think the nicest way I can put it was it was safe.
yeah,
It
yeah.
looked safe.
It looked safe. Yeah,
So like it didn't look like a real hole. It looked safe. This doesn't look safe. This looks tight. This looks
it
like
is.
a
It
python is
seems tight.
wrapping around the person.
Yeah, it definitely seems pretty tight. So there she gets her in. That's it. That I mean, she submits. Um, Billy Starks snatches the title away when Aubrey Edwards is trying to give it to Tony Storm and cracks her with it. Like,
Dexter with
man,
it. Yeah.
this was her hardest hit of the match for sure. She
And it was
cracked her with
after the
that thing.
match.
Yeah. Um, then she, waves up to Athena. Athena comes down
Yeah,
with
because she was in
her.
the box. She was in the
Yeah,
opera box.
so she comes down with her contract. She looks like she's gonna turn it in, and then Alex
Windsor.
Windsor, yeah, Windsor. That man, I don't know. I don't like know if I like that
I
Def Rebel intro.
I kind of
um,
I kind of like it. Like it's fun to say. Like, and I think it's starting to get over. Like on Collision, I saw a sign in the crowd that said Winza, Winza,
mhm.
with an exclamation point at the end. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a thing now, isn't it? This is going to grow into a thing.
So Alex Windsor comes down and she um, basically
Yeah,
tackles Athena and then starts punching her, but and then she hits Starks with a lariat, but that clears the ring kind of, and they're standing tall while Athena and
yep.
Billy are licking their wounds.
And that's to build for Windsor's ROH title match on Collision against Athena.
Yes, which we will go over because that was a good one.
Yep. Yeah, it was.
Then we have what I thought was probably my match of the night, honestly, just for what it was, because Swerve Strickland and Hechicero for at least 5 minutes put on like a techno grap lucha freaking clinic, man. It
Wait,
was
can we before we get to the actual meat of the match though, we need to talk about the introduction because Don Callis was amazing. He was I love how they're trying their darndest to make Hechicero seem like a big deal because this is the only member of the Don Callis family that's getting a Don Callis entrance. Think about that.
that's true.
He's the only one, he cuts off the ring announcer and he's speaking Spanish that sometimes is correct, sometimes isn't.
Is
And
not mostly
it,
Peggy
I
Hill
mean,
ass. Yeah,
I've heard worse pronunciation of Spanish for sure. He definitely sounds like a Canadian speaking Spanish, but I've heard worse attempts to make it sound, accurate. But he's like, it is the best luchador ever, better than El Santo, better
oh,
than Mil
oh,
Mascaras,
how
you
dare
know,
you?
and
I'm just
like,
responding how I really did when he said these things. How
really,
dare you
really,
say that?
really getting the heat. Like,
Oh yeah,
nobody's doing it like Don Callis is
us
right now. He's doing
Mexicanos
such
we
great
hate
work.
Don Callis, man.
Yeah, and
And rightfully
uh,
so.
but the best part is that he introduces him, and instead of saying "es hechicero," which would have been correct, he says "Yo soy hechicero." which means I am
Yeah,
Hechicero.
Don
I
Callis
am the
is
wizard.
not Hechicero, and so that's a problem.
But
Oh
as we would find out on Collision, though, that's going to be a gimmick.
yeah,
It's like
that's the
he's going to
thing
be
now.
completely unaware. It's going to go over his head that he's doing it wrong, and that's
So
funny to
so
me.
now I get funny to you. Now I get to be annoyed by this and the Max Caster chant. Yay. And I will get
But
to be annoyed by them on Saturday, which oddly
but
enough is probably one of the highlights of my Saturday. But
yeah,
anyway, we got Swerve Strickland comes out. So yeah, okay, so we got this awesome Don Callis entrance, but
yeah,
the first 5 to 10 minutes of this match were fucking sweet, man. Like
yeah.
these
They did
guys
have a
really went at
little.
it.
There was a little bit of miscommunication at the
Okay,
beginning, I
yeah,
think, but they got there. They got there, and they got there pretty quickly.
yeah, they overcame it
Um,
pretty well.
and Swerve did his level best to make Hechicero look like $1 million here too, and they protected him in the finish.
Yeah,
So like they didn't have Swerve win,
no,
but
well, yeah, they did
well
it.
they had Swerve win. They didn't have him pin
We
Hechicero
didn't pin
because
Hechicero.
Hechicero they're building him for the ROH World Title match against Bandito down the line.
Yeah,
So that you can't beat the guy,
no.
but you can do the very rare in AEW DQ finish. And
Which is
when you
yeah,
have
I was surprised by this because it is super rare.
yeah,
They don't do it a
it's
lot.
it's always surprising. Like I honestly I just thought Hechicero was gonna cheat to beat him.
Yeah,
Lance Archer was ringside, Down Callis was ringside. I was like, okay, one of them will like crack Swerve over the head or something like that, and the other one will take care of Nana on the outside, and that'll be that. But no, they actually uh what Swerve hit the Rolling Thunder flatliner, and then Lance Archer gets up there, and then all of a sudden, like all the entire Callis family is there,
yeah.
and like they just swarm the ring.
Mm. And then, but then they're interrupted by what I'm being told now by the brackets on the tournament is called Brodito
Yes, and
because it's
confirmed by
Brody
Brody
King and
King
Bandito.
online.
Yeah. So we got
He,
Brody King and Bandito. They Okada ends up showing up and trying to hit Swerve with a I think a tombstone on a steel chair, and then Swerve
yes.
grabs the chair and wraps it around Okada's head, but then Okada escapes.
Hmm.
Like it, man, Okada and Swerve is going to get ugly. Why? How come Swerve brings out the worst in everybody?
Because he's the most dangerous man in AEW. You
He
have to
brings
be
out
as
the
dangerous as he is.
literal worst in everyone. Like Hangman becomes a fucking psychopath around Swerve Strickland. Moxley, an even bigger psychopath than he already is around Swerve Strickland.
You gotta
Fucking,
fight fire with
what is
fire,
gonna
man.
happen with freaking Okada? Is Okada about to like? Is he gonna start saying the c word instead of bitch? Like, yeah,
I mean, not if they want to stay on the air.
oh, okay, that's true. But
I
yeah,
mean, they'll still be on HBO. They don't care.
yeah, but still, it's just like holy crap, man! Like I can only imagine the levels of depravity that Okada is going to be drug into by Swerve
And this
Strickland.
this is after the lead into All In, where he said he was literally going to kill Kenny Omega
Yeah,
in a promo. Like, so the
yeah,
bar is already up here. But yeah. Next is backstage interview. Alicia Tude is with Ricochet and the former Gates of Agony. Now there's
GOA now.
GOA. It's like
Yeah,
just rename them to something. Like this is what they did with the Authors of Pain. They just made them AO. It's such a Vince move, and I hate it.
yeah, I
Like
don't like it.
if you're gonna give somebody an acronym, that acronym has to stand for something.
RPG Vice.
Yeah, I mean that stands for something, but it's dumb.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
dumb though. Yeah, so
but like Gates of Agony, all you're doing is shortening their name. GOA stands for Gates of Agony.
there's gonna be
So
some.
why are you
It
calling
rhymes.
them that? But
Ricochet and GOA. That it rhymes.
yes, but
There we go. I mean, I'm sure it's going to have something to play. It's going to play into that later at some point.
probably. I mean,
But
rhyming is fun. I won't deny that. But
yeah,
like
but
to me, it was like what I did notice was that even Toa Leona looked summertime fresh in his
that's
fit. Like
true.
dude looked suave, dude. Like I was. They
The
look,
fact that he can look that suave and that thoroughly terrifying all at the same time.
yeah, no, like this was.
I
I
wish.
mean, it wasn't much of an interview. Like
No.
it was just like, haha, we're here.
Yeah.
But that's and that's literally it.
Yeah.
But this was just to establish the slight tweak of the name. That's all,
Right.
really. Um, and then MJF hits the ring by himself,
Yeah.
and he said he doesn't need Bobby Lashley to get his title back, and he's not going to execute the contract because, and then like he doesn't even get a chance to rattle off like, more than a few sentences before reach for the sky, boys.
Oh man.
Mark
I need
Briscoe.
I need
God
Mark
bless Mark
Briscoe to
Briscoe.
somehow like okay, here's the deal. I do not see MJF actually in the title picture for a while. Okay. Because there's such a long line ahead of him right now. Like I need though for that line to be cut a little bit by Mark Briscoe, and I need him to win that title, that contract from MJF. I need that to be what's coming up because this has to play out. Hangman is busy, okay? I know we're like trying to pit MJF and Hangman against one another, but Hangman's fucking busy doing something else right now. I need Mark Briscoe to win that title match from MJF. We know it's transferable per Darby last year.
True.
I need I
Yeah,
need Mark
if
Briscoe to
his
win this.
regular title shot was transferable, there's no reason to think that the contract wouldn't be.
So help me God, if they're gonna bring up Jay Briscoe every fucking week, Mark better win this thing from him or win whatever this thing is. Y'all
He's got
cannot
to
keep
get
doing this
a
to
win.
me.
He's got to
No,
get a win in this series somewhere. It doesn't even have to be the final one,
I need him to
but he needs to
win
get
the
something.
series. That's the thing. If you're gonna keep doing this, I need Mark Briscoe to win the series. I need y'all to stop treating him with such I don't know what the word what is it? They're just with dismissiveness. Like, please do not dismiss how completely over this guy is. Please take advantage of it while he's still young enough for you to take advantage of
Yeah.
it. Mark, if you hear this, please do not insist on being humble in this situation. Be like, I fucking deserve this. My name's Mark motherfucking Briscoe. Anyway, so MJF and Briscoe are back and forth. It's basically the same promo we've seen. A lot of MJF's
Yeah,
he reuses a lot of his material when it comes to Midwestern people and Southerners, all of which are neither of which describe Mark Briscoe.
no. Although you wouldn't know it by his accent.
Oh yeah, you wouldn't know it by his accent or his occupation, but I mean he is from Delaware, which makes him an East Coaster and a
Yeah,
Yankee.
technically, yeah.
Yeah, so it's
Trust me,
weird.
as somebody from upstate New York, there are plenty of rednecks up here.
Oh, I'm sure there are. I'm sure there are. Rednecks are everywhere. Even if you didn't have some, they would import themselves. Like, hey man, here's this town up here. There's absolutely no rusted out cars on lawns. We got to
Yeah.
go.
All of a sudden, they're for immigration.
Yeah, exactly. um, so yeah, I mean, we've seen this for the last couple of weeks. It didn't change much. Um, but again, MJF crosses the line, bringing up the dead brother. Again, Mark Briscoe tries to whoop his ass, and again, MJF escapes. Um, I think I mean eventually we're obviously Mark Briscoe's going to get his hands on MJF. I don't know how they're planning on working it. I'm hoping it's a series of matches. I'm hoping Mark Briscoe comes out on top. Other than that, I really don't know. I don't know anything. So
If it were up to me, I would have Briscoe come out on top, and then MJF go kind of begging, pleading on his knees, not but not but not losing the contract. Importantly, I would have him go back, crawling back to the Hurt Syndicate to take him back, and they say, nah, bro,
yeah,
and
just
then
that's not going to work for me, brother.
and then having feeling, seeing everything around him, you know, have Mark Briscoe get the title shot, but probably lose to Hanger, and then probably have him chase the unified title after that. I think that's a really good spot for him. And then you have MJF prove himself to be a hypocrite once more and not, he keeps losing, gets further and further away from his goal. He sees it slipping out of his hand, and that's when he cashes in the contract. Not after, not in a break glass in case of emergency situation like he established at the beginning of this story. But no, he's gonna use it like everybody else uses it, and he's gonna be a hypocrite about it. And then people are gonna give him so much crap for doing that that it is gonna eat away at him. He gives Hanger a rematch and then loses to Hanger in the rematch.
Yeah.
Because eventually you're gonna have to turn MJF babyface again, and you can't really do that without giving him things that people can uh sympathize with him for.
Hmm.
And this audience definitely sympathizes with people who are their own worst enemy.
Yeah.
So I think building up a resume of demonstrable actions that prove that you're your own worst enemy and in simultaneously increasing his awareness of that fact will eventually turn him babyface again. And that's the way you do it. That's the way you facilitate the start of that.
Yeah.
Um, I wouldn't mind a brief transitional title reign like he had with the international title with Will Ospreay. If it leads to something that affects his character in a change that I can actually, get behind. Like when he turned babyface, it was because nobody could deny his talent, but he didn't stop being like the same guy.
Yeah.
He
He was
didn't
still a
even.
jerk.
No, he was still a jerk. He was still a scumbag. He was just our scumbag. It's like you didn't apologize for literally anything. You didn't make amends with literally anybody. You are just a scumbag. You're not my scumbag. You are just a scumbag. You haven't learned anything. You haven't earned these cheers.
Yeah.
I don't care how entertaining you were with Adam Cole. And they were
They
very
were.
entertaining
Yeah.
together.
They were entertaining as hell.
But
Yeah.
he didn't earn it. He didn't earn it. I would like to see him earn it. And I
Yeah.
think that would be a good way to usher that in.
Yeah.
But anyway, Mark, he charges the ring and MJF powders because, of course.
Yeah.
And that brings us to the main event. Mark Briscoe's already in the ring, and Claudio is aura farming out in the hallway
Yeah.
because that's what Claudio Castagnoli does in these small venues. Is he finds the coolest place to make an entrance from, camps there, waits for the camera to be here to be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna look like the coolest motherfucker you've ever seen."
Yeah.
I'm gonna walk to the ring through the crowd from this position. Like, dude, just is he's so good at this. He's
Oh man,
so
he is
good
the
at
best.
this.
Dude. Like he's
I
good.
love
Yeah.
Claudio.
He had that
He's
same
another guy.
aura when we ate dinner with him.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
speak a
Effort,
fucking word the whole time either.
effortlessly cool.
Yeah.
Just completely, just like that's just who he is.
Yeah.
Like I still don't understand how WWE dropped the ball so hard on him.
I don't either.
One singles title reign in his first year on the main roster, and then nothing for like 10
Yeah.
years. What are we even doing here? Wasting our time by having Claudio lose over and over and over again in singles. Like they did right by him in tags, and he is an excellent tag wrestler.
Yeah.
One of the best hot tags in the business. But like what they just did not know what to do with this guy. And like how do you they've treated him so well in AEW. Like even though he has way more defeats on his record than you might think, even in singles, but it never feels he always feels like a boss.
Yeah.
He always feels like getting a win over him is an effort,
Yeah.
is a grind, is something that you eke out as opposed to just, oh yeah, I beat him. And
Yeah.
even this one, this was Claudio was thinking neutralizer at the end and gets rolled up by Briscoe for the 1, 2, 3, like that
Yeah.
with a jackknife pin, like that 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 perfectly kind of encapsulates it. Like he's been incredibly well presented and well protected ever since he got to AEW, and I think that's the exact right way to do it.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this was a great match though, man. They really beat the shit out of each other
And
for a good like 5-10 minutes.
and because he's been presented so well, Mark Briscoe winning here feels like a really big deal.
Yeah, it does.
Like
It
it
does.
feels like a real upswing for Briscoe in terms of his position on the card. By
Yeah,
beating Claudio, even though a lot of people have actually done it, it doesn't feel like a lot of people have done it. So when
right.
somebody does it, it's like, oh, okay, all right, I'm paying attention.
Yeah. But we get to be happy about that for all of about 5 seconds before the Death Riders come in and start beating the shit out of Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
They give him the what do they call on that? The is it the destroyer? What do they call that thing they do on the chair? Neutralizer?
Oh,
Neutralizer on it.
yeah,
Yeah. So he
yeah,
does the
on
neutralizer onto
on
the
the
chair for Mark Briscoe, putting him out. Of course, this brings out our
our
world
men's world
heavyweight
champion.
champion. Yes. So he comes out, he gets right in Mox's face.
Yeah,
He says,
he charges down there alone, completely confident, completely unaffected by the fact that all the other Death Riders are there. Doesn't
yeah,
care. He goes straight up to Mox,
yeah.
right in his face,
He's like, you
like a
say I,
boss.
yeah, he's like, you said I didn't want Texas death and I did it. You said I can't handle the pressure. I do it again and again. He's like, I'll prove it to you. So next week, you and me for this title. And since you're the challenger, you get to play by my rules. And that means everybody is banned from ringside.
Yeah,
And
I
then
believe the phrase that he said was nobody but a referee is allowed
nobody
at
but a referee
says.
is allowed at
Yep.
ringside. And then he said, you'll play by my rules. I already know your answer is yes. So I'll see you next week, dumbass.
And then just walks
And
out of
then
there,
just walked.
turns just and they let him.
Yeah,
And they let him. Importantly, they let him.
they let him. And then before he could even get up the ramp, Tony Khan has told Tony Schiavone that this is official.
Yeah.
So next week on Dynamite, our main event is going to be Mox and Hanger 2, everybody banned from ringside
Actually, I think it
for
might
the
be
men's
like
heavyweight championship.
I think it might be Hanger and Mox like 6 by
Well,
now.
in this series,
Yeah.
but yeah, it is like Hanger Mox 6 or 7.
Yeah.
That's probably why they don't put numbers on it. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that was Dynamite, and Dynamite was good, man.
Dynamite
Dynamite
was
was
great. I
really good.
little promo heavy in the center of the card, but for the
Yeah,
most part, like I mean, it was really really good. Lots of storylines were pushed forward, lots of interesting character stuff. Um, and then we get to Collision, and it's kind of a different story.
yeah, it is. All right, so Collision for this week. Still at the Aragon Ballroom in Chicago. We're still on the residency. I think that stops next week, right?
Yeah, they still have Dynamite and Collision next week. Important note about this Collision too is that unlike previous weeks, this one wasn't pre-taped. This was live.
Yeah,
So they that explains how they were able to incorporate what they were able to incorporate. Um, because otherwise it wouldn't have worked. Which
yeah,
I'm glad for because then they would have probably had to put up a graphic instead.
yeah,
Because they
yeah,
would have had to do something for TNT and Warner Discovery. But
yeah,
like, I'm glad that it was live this week because the way they handled that thing was about as much as I was willing to like forgive.
yeah,
Because I know that they have their masters too. I get it. But like,
yeah.
you know, they did what they did. But that wasn't this part of the show. We open up the show with TNT Championship defense, Dustin Rhodes versus Lee Moriarty. And I found this match to be more divisive online than I thought it would because I really enjoyed this match.
Yeah, I did too.
And I saw more than a few people saying that this was too slow and Dustin's too old. It's like, you, Brian Danielson was right about you. Y'all are fickle.
Fickle,
Yeah, fickle.
fickle.
Like, I think this is the what I was talking about last week. This was the successful defense to make it so that it wasn't just a fluke thing. It wasn't just a one and done for Dustin as TNT champion. I think he is going to be a transitional champion. I do not think he's going to have a long reign here, but it's nice to see that he is going to have at least one uh, successful title defense on his reign before giving up. Before
Yeah.
giving up. Like he deserves at least that. He doesn't deserve like it's still a token run, really. It's still a transitional run, but at least it's not a fluky thing.
Yeah. Yeah. It's definitely not a fluke.
Yeah,
But yeah, I thought I enjoyed it, man. I don't know what people
yeah,
are
me
bitching
too.
about online.
No, Dustin's great as the baby face in peril, even at his size, because his age allows to make up for his size.
Yeah.
Usually the baby face in peril isn't, you know, significantly bigger than the guy beating him up. Uh, but because he's great, but he's still 55, and Lee Moriarty is probably in his late 20s. Yeah.
I think so.
Um, and I mean Lee is just so talented, such a great in ring technician. Like he constantly does stuff that I've never seen before. Every time I see a Lee Moriarty, it's something new. He had uh updated music too from the last time I saw him wrestle because he's been mostly in ROH, building up a
Yeah.
resume as the longest reigning pure division champion in history. Um, but yeah, I feel like the presentation has been updated and improved since the last time I saw him in a singles match in AEW as well. Um, he had some signs in the audience too. I was glad to see that. He's getting a little bit of momentum there. Um, yeah. I mean, it was back and forth. They lots of dragon screws from Moriarty to
Oh yeah.
Dustin in this one, just working the leg, working the leg, working the leg, and Dustin just kind of uh you know coming from underneath, fighting from underneath, and just like doing a really good job of it too. Like some of his bumps aren't great anymore because he's an old man, but like his selling is as good or better than it ever was.
Oh yeah.
Like
His selling's great.
and but another, we just kind of went over this with the main event of Dynamite, but this was another kind of sneaky come from behind roll up when Moriarty was setting up a figure four in the center of the ring. So I mean, even with Dustin's long frame, there's no guarantee that he was going to make the ropes before tapping out after being worked up, the knee worked over the entire match. So he snatches a small package for the win. Uh, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. I think this was a really good match. Honestly,
Yeah, I thought
like
it was good.
I'm just a mark for Dustin. And if that's the case, if that's clouding my judgment, fine. I'm okay with that. I love Dustin Rhodes unapologetically. That is just fine by me. Um, yeah, this was a great like 20-minute opener. I thought Lee looked great. I thought uh, Dustin looked great. I thought they both benefited from this. I'm not upset about this at all.
Yeah.
But then, of
Uh
course, after the win, there's the angle. There's a lot of that going around now. Matching in the angle, matching in the
yeah.
angle, matching in the angle.
I mean, so Don Callis and Kyle Fletcher show up and um, you know, Fletcher, talking about how I already outclassed you in every single way. And just basically, running down roads and I'm gonna beat you and I'm owed a single shot for the TNT championship and
And the
et
great thing
cetera,
is
et
that he's
cetera.
not wrong. He's not wrong. He was looking to get a single one-on-one shot. He earned that by beating Daniel Garcia prior to All In. So and then Adam Cole got injured. Nobody could have foreseen that. So yeah, I think that there's weight to uh, Fletcher's argument that he is owed a one-on-one title shot because he was promised one, then he was denied it and put in a four-way in which he was not factored into pinfall.
Yeah.
So that's it makes sense that he would continue to go after this. Whereas normally Tony Khan, you know, unless you're going to do a rematch that's for storyline reasons as opposed to just an automatic rematch. Tony doesn't usually do rematches.
No, he doesn't.
Not a lot. Like, I mean, sometimes. Like we're seeing it this week on Dynamite with him and Moxley. But after that kind of title reign weighted with heavy storyline implications for the better part of like 2/3 of a year, I think it would have been a disservice to not do a rematch to kind of close the door on it.
Yeah.
This one, you know, they could have easily said, "Well, Fletcher, you lost," but like they're still factoring him into plans, and I fully believe uh that the title shot that he's getting now next week uh is I think that they're going to switch the belt to Fletcher there too. I don't think they're going to do it. They may do a dusty finish or something like that and have it go to Forbidden Door, but I don't see that happening. I think they switch it there. For whatever reason, they're building next week Dynamite into like a big show. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, the world title's on the line. This is on the Dynamite too, I think, is what they said.
Yeah, I believe
I,
it is. Yeah.
I,
Well, I
it's
know they
not.
said next week, so it might. I'm not sure if it's on Dynamite or Collision.
Is it? I mean, if it's Collision, I'll eat my words. But if it's on Dynamite, for whatever reason, they seem to be loading up Dynamite. I think they're maybe wanting to close out this residency at the Aragon Ballroom with something big.
Yeah.
Um, so that they can come back here again. Because I mean, I'm in love with that venue, and I haven't set foot in it. I I can only imagine how much these folks love being in this in that venue. So I imagine this is like trying to put their best foot forward on uh investing for the future if they want to come back here again for an extended period of time. Um yeah, loading that up on Dynamite, I think I think that it's a guarantee the Hanger's winning. So I think that they're probably going to switch the TNT championship so as to make another big thing happen. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Um.
of the belts historically that AEW has, the TNT title changes hands most on TV most often.
Yeah. Um.
Easily, TNT championship is the one that happens to.
Yeah. So Rhodes, they set the match. It's going to be a Chicago street fight for next week, and he ends the promo by saying, "I'm your Huckleberry bitch."
Yeah, that was great.
And
Nice nod to
my
Dusty.
favorite response to this that I have ever seen is Kyle Fletcher following that up by going on to his Twitter or Blue Sky or whatever it is he has and saying, "What the fuck is a huckleberry?"
Yeah, yeah, uh, yeah. There's
um,
that.
so
I will say
for
this
those of you who
too.
don't know, it's not Huckleberry, it's Hucklebearer. They do say Huckleberry in the movie, but it's Hucklebearer, which is actually just a really old fashioned 1800s way of saying "I will be your pallbearer." So it's a death threat.
Oh,
Um,
that's
for
that's
those
one
of
of
you who
those
don't know,
like I didn't know that, and I learned something today.
yes,
For
I'm your
example,
Huckleberry
I
is a death threat.
before today I thought that dogs laid eggs, and I learned something today. You can cut that out if you want. There's a
Yeah.
terrible Peter Griffin, but um, also a real deep cut. That's first season. Uh, But yeah, I think too it should be noted because you brought it up. I did forget to bring up that it's a Chicago street fight. That may have popped the crowd, but I think that's a tell too
Yeah.
because it's a street fight. He has a huge faction. He can just get beat down. Now, if he challenged him to a bull rope match, now you've got some intrigue because Dustin has never lost a bull rope match in AEW.
That may be why it wasn't a bull rope match
I
because we're
think
probably going to get
maybe.
a Kyle
I
Fletcher
mean,
win.
maybe we get a rematch and that's the step.
Maybe.
And maybe he finally TK decides that this is the point where he puts somebody else over in that step to really push Fletcher.
Fair. Yeah.
Um, I could see that happening. I'll be
Yeah,
wrong.
it's like kicking out of the Rainmaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, all in, yeah,
I'll
it's just
probably
like
be
one of those
wrong
little things.
though.
Maybe. So yeah, after that we have Juice Robinson and Austin Gunn of the Bang Bang Gang. They're doing a promo backstage because they are going to be the tag team that's in the tag team tournament because Colton has been hurt again. Um, Poor kid, man, God,
Yeah,
all the talent and
seriously.
all the fucking promise in the world, and that awesome nepotism you got going for you,
Yeah.
and still
And an
just
incredible entrance too.
yeah, an
One of the
incredible
best
entrance.
one of the best entrances in AEW is the
Yeah,
Bang Bang Gangs. Like
yeah,
awesome theme music, like the
yeah. They just got a lot going for them with that, and
yeah.
so I mean, it's basically just a promo against Big Bill and Brian Keith saying, we're gonna win. Ricky, and then talks about Ricochet costing them, or he was talking about Ricochet costing the Bang Bang Gang $200,000, and Big Bill got in his face, and he started fighting with him. So that's basically what this is about. But they're also getting themselves one step closer to the AEW Tag Team Championships. So we'll see how this all works out. But I kind of like the idea of Juice and Austin Gunn together. They're not terrible. They seem to have okay chemistry as far as like the mic goes. So we'll see how they do in the ring.
Yeah, I mean
Um,
Colton was probably the better like technician between him and Austin, but he wasn't the strongest one on.
yeah,
So putting the other two like really entertaining mic guys together in the meantime could do worse.
yeah. After that, we had our 45-second rest in piss segment. We don't
Yep.
have to go over that. We already kind of went over it and how we feel about it. Then we got Tony Storm promo.
And her entrance into this promo, an all timer. Like
Love it.
just Lexi Nair was just there waiting for her to appear, and it's in the back somewhere. And all of a sudden, she's like, I don't know where she is. And then all of a sudden, Tony Storm comes in, slides in, and lands like jumps right on top of the table, and it just switches to the black and white filter.
I
And
love
it's
that,
just,
by the
it was
way.
so good. One of the
Yeah.
coolest entrances into a promo that I can think of off the top of my head. It was darling, and I loved it.
Yeah. And then as soon as she lands on the table, she goes into a tirade of unrepeatable sexual innuendo. Um,
Although
because that's what
she
Tony does.
that's what Tony does, and what Tony gets away with. But she does
Yeah.
go on to clarify that she is in a non-sexual uh partnership with Alex Windsor.
Much to the disappointment of Will Ospreay, I'm sure.
I mean, he would have to talk to Juice about that. I mean, if there, she talks about key parties all the time, so like,
I
I mean, I
mean,
don't know. That's
maybe
their
not.
business.
Maybe not to the disappointment of Will Ospreay.
Yeah,
Maybe much to the happiness of Will Ospreay. Who knows?
yeah, maybe. Who knows? Point is, that she's gonna be around. She's gonna be watching the match tonight between Windsor and Athena. So, like, lots of entertainment for what amounts to basically a really, really basic announcement.
Yeah,
But that's what Tony does. She makes the most of like the 90 seconds she's given.
true. True. Then after that, we have our aforementioned tag team title eliminator tournament quarterfinal between the Bang Bang Gang, Juice Robinson, Austin Gunn, and Big Bill and Brian Keith. Um,
Second week in a row, Brian Keith is referred to as the bounty hunter, and this time there's no cash prize on the line.
yeah, I'm wondering what's going on with Jericho. This is not me putting out in the universe that they need to bring him back. I don't want that. I want anything else than that.
But
But
you have to ask the question.
yeah, like if they're not going to call him the Bad Apple and they're not calling Big Bill,
The Redwood.
whatever the Redwood or whatever, what's going on with that? Is the learning tree thing just quietly over? And we're not. I don't know.
Well, they did mention on commentary that they were still trying to prove their worth to him. So, I mean, I don't think they've dropped it completely.
So now with that though, like I said before, half of my bracket's blown up already. That's because I totally expected Big Bill and Brian Keith to win this match.
Yeah. And it,
Um,
it looked for a lot of the match that Big Bill was just he was just destroying them.
Yeah, he
He was
was.
he was not only destroying them physically, he was destroying them with his antics. Like he was in full on bully heel mode.
Yeah.
It was awesome. And he still couldn't get the crowd to boo him, not for an
No,
extended period of time.
no.
The dude is just entertaining.
He
Like,
is very entertaining.
who else
See,
could get away with wrestling in jeans? Jeans and Tims.
not a lot of people. I mean, but yeah,
Yeah.
you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who's going to tell a 7 foot tall man that he doesn't get to do whatever he fucking feels like.
Yeah, I
You
mean, you
know,
can't
so
teach that.
no, no, you can't. So yeah, they take an L after what was it? They low bridged Big Bill. No, no, that was before. I'm trying to find my ending.
It was another roll up finish. Like there were a lot of like
Oh yeah, yeah, okay, okay. So
yeah, a
so
lot of roll ups here
Juice got a
this week.
Frankensteiner, but Keith rolled through for the pin, but then Austin Gunn jumped in and grabbed his feet and pushed him back
Yeah.
over to where Juice
Yeah,
was
yeah,
on
yeah,
top.
yeah. Yeah. And the referee either completely no sold it or he didn't see it.
Hmm.
It seems to me like he didn't care. It
Yeah,
looked like he saw and he didn't care about the interference on it,
yeah,
which is, I mean, like fair enough, but like why? That being said, I thought the finish itself was cool.
yeah.
Like,
It was cool.
hey, look at that. Tag
Um,
team synergy from the two that you wouldn't expect it from.
right. But then we get after that we get a video package to show to kind of hype us up for the Outrunners versus the Young Bucks. That's going to be on Dynamite next week. So yeah, they. I mean, it seems like they're loading Dynamite up.
I bet that match is going to be great because the Young Bucks probably saw what FTR did for them in their match with the Outrunners. That they're not the second one on the pre-show, but the first one,
Yeah,
and how much hype that got. And they're like, we, because you know that they're respectful with FTR, but competitive with
oh
FTR.
yeah, for sure, competitive.
So I mean, I think that match they're going to go into it with something to prove, and I think that match is probably going to be a sleeper hit. Not going to lie, I'm okay with it. I couldn't tell you who wins though. I
No,
mean, it's it. I would hope that it would be the Young Bucks simply because like then you can tease FTR versus the Bucks again before they lose to Brodito and make
yeah,
that your finals because it's obvious FTR is winning the bracket because they're the ones who currently are the only team that has had an interaction with the Hurt Syndicate.
true.
They're gonna answer that. That's where that's going. So you know that the winner is going to be FTR. So that
Unless we
means
get
that
surprised.
yeah. So that means that only there are really only two options for them to face in the finals. You could do the Outrunners again, but if you're not going to put them over in the third one, then that's kind of wasted. Or you
Yeah,
could give the spotlight to Brodito, which is just kind of a thrown together thing anyway. So like they get their win to get in the finals, and they get their two wins to get in the finals, but then they lose in the finals to the best tag team in the world. That's not really a bad thing,
yeah,
you know. At the very least, it establishes them as at least a temporary tag team until Buddy Matthews.
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
So
we'll
yeah,
see how this all goes. Like I said, we could be surprised again. Because
yeah.
yeah, I mean, I predicted it, and my whole first bracket's blown up already. Um, so after that, we had Don Callis and Shane Taylor backstage, and Don Callis doing, I guess his version of math.
It's
Uh,
Carney math.
yeah, apparently.
Yeah,
Because
it's Carney math.
what do you mean he
Yeah,
did
he
75%?
yeah 75-25 for his guys Hechicero and who was the other one? Lance Archer
Yeah, Lance
versus
Archer and Edgecero,
with teaming up with the infantry
the infantry. Yeah.
against uh Big Tom, Tomohiro Ishii, Hologram, and the Outrunners. Another prize money match. Like
Another one.
I see now. I wasn't. as down on it as you were, but they keep going back to this well, and unless you're giving me a reason, like to justify this, like on screen, like Tony Khan is just so happy with All In that he's throwing his money around. Even something that simple would be acceptable to me, but there's no reason for it. Like I, they don't defend it. They don't show him ever, spending it. They don't
Mm-mm.
make a storyline out of it. It's just there to be won. And that's all what fine and dandy every now and then. But like this is the fourth one we've had in 4 weeks or in 2 weeks. So like
Yeah.
I was like, are we going somewhere with this? Like I
Apparently not.
are we like honestly, like if this was leading to Forbidden Door, like if this was like secretly like a round robin pool that TK was running to see who can see which two wrestlers within the pool can win the most money, and then they face off for like $1 million at Forbidden Door or something like that. Like, okay, at least that's the story,
Yeah.
you know?
But
So I don't know.
yeah, it's
I mean,
yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I would wrestle my heart out for $1 million. I can tell you that much.
Oh
I
yeah,
got no
that's for sure.
training, but I would bump like there's no tomorrow. uh, then
um
we get probably one of the most interesting Who Can Survive five with the greatest wrestler alive that I've seen so far. Interesting, not necessarily meaning good, but interesting as in that it actually might lead somewhere. Because for the second time in this challenge, Anthony Bowens picks up the stick and not, I mean, not the microphone, but like he grabs the conch and it's his turn, you know. And like
yeah.
this is his second, you know, Max Caster thing, but this time it's a lot different. Uh, Billy Gunn said last week that he had a match that was going to put him back on the path again, and it turns out to be Max Caster. You got to think that Bowens was annoyed with the suggestion
I was annoyed. I
that
was like,
like
this is the big match that's gonna get him back on track.
it's like you're going to give me the guy that I already beat in 2 minutes. Like how like that? It's so condescending, you know.
Yeah.
It's so it's patronizing, and like you can tell that that was like that was the undercurrent of Bowen's frustration leading
Hmm.
into this match. But what really annoyed him was that they were chanting for Caster.
Yeah.
Like that set him off, and he just destroyed Max. Just
Yeah.
was mean. Like he pretty much turned heel here, which is a weird choice for somebody calling themselves the pride of pro wrestling and all that that implies. Like if you're gonna go on like a tangential gay pride gimmick, don't make him the bad guy.
Oh God,
Like,
no. Yeah.
like, where are we going with this? I am worried. I am concerned,
Yeah.
sir. Like, although I did pop when he teased that he was going to beat the crap out of Billy.
Yeah.
Not gonna
I
lie.
popped
I,
for
I
him.
I did I did at the end of it, Caster he loses, and then Bowens continues to lay into him, and they're separated by Billy Gunn, who actually checks on Caster, and Bowens is behind him. He's like, "Oh, you son of a!" And he looks like he's gonna hit him, but then he powders and then just
Yeah.
marches up the ramp angrily. So I mean, that's a comment. That split's a comment. But I don't know. I don't know if this is the right idea. Don't know if this is the right idea. So
Then we had Nick Wayne and Co. backstage again. Of course, they're not the patriarchy. I thought we figured that out on Dynamite.
maybe they
Um,
figured out on Dynamite that uncaged sounds stupid.
maybe, maybe. Um,
Maybe it was one of those cases like, oh wow, I didn't actually hear that out loud. That sounds dumb. But we'll
yeah.
think of something else.
So, they get thankfully abruptly interrupted by AR Fox, who challenges them to a match as long as he gets a partner. And they say, okay, we're gonna see who loses. And
This is where Kip Sabian starts whispering in Nick Wayne's ear, like, "You don't need to do this."
yeah.
And Nick's all like, "Screw you! I do need to do this." It's like, okay, well, we'll do this then.
But then AR Fox kind of was like, "What's up?" to the mom, which was kind of funny.
Yep. What up,
Um,
Shayna?
yeah, but this is
which
gonna be.
which got an interesting reaction from Nick. He's like, "What?"
What do you mean you know my mom? Uh-oh, yeah, dude. Everybody our age knows your mom. Okay. Uh,
Yeah.
so then here we go with our
Four
four
hundred
hundred
thousand
thousand dollar
dollar
eight-man
man.
tag team match.
I mean, the match was
The eight-man
was
tag team
fun.
match part I don't mind. It's that $400,000
Yeah.
bullshit. But
Uh,
anyway, this match was fun as hell, and I really
uh,
enjoyed it.
best part about it was when Etchesera and Hologram were doing lucha stuff at the beginning.
Yes,
Like,
yes.
because those two,
Hechicero and Hologram really can go, man.
like, I mean, I think it's just a shared background, a shared language. They could call spots in Spanish, you know. um, they've probably locked horns before many times in Mexico in their journeys. So, like, unlike the little bit of kind of weirdness at the beginning of Echecerra's match with Swerve earlier in the week, this one was clean. This one's hitchless.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I am okay if Turbo Floyd essentially steals Hulk Hogan's entire presentation.
yeah.
Just
Okay,
take it, claim it, make it his. Nothing's more 80s than Hulk Hogan.
yeah.
Claim it as your own. Do it. He's not alive. What's he gonna do? Sue you? No. From the grave? No. Take it. Take it. I don't even care if you take the stupid ass leg drop. Just take it.
Okay.
Screw him. Make it yours.
Fair enough.
Because guess what? The dead have no rights. So, but yeah, like I mean, he was already kind of doing stuff like that, like anyway, hulking up a little bit every now and then, stuff like
Yeah,
that. So like, just go for it. Just go all the way. He kind of looks like a skinny Hulk Hogan anyway, and he doesn't seem to reek of racism. So like, let's just do it. Just do it. His kids don't even like him. His estate isn't even going to sue you. Just go for it.
right.
So I don't know. Match was pretty good. I mean, it was really fun. Uh,
Yeah, I had a good
I,
lot of fun with this one.
uh, yeah, everything was breaking down. Like everybody was getting involved. Shane Taylor was at ringside. What's her face? Pardon me. Trisha Dora was at ringside with them too, with the infantry. For Shane Taylor Promotions. Obviously Don Callis was there. Uh, just like it was chaos on the outside. Uh,
Yeah.
but eventually, after the chaos, when Paragon came through, by the way, to make the save, because Kyle is still a conglomerator as well as a Paragonian,
A
and
paragonist.
I don't know. He's in both. He's the only person to ever be in two factions simultaneously that I can think of, which is kind of cool for him. But yeah, as soon as Shane Taylor Promotions and the Don Callis start getting in charge, here comes Paragon to kind of run people off. They beat the crap out of Taylor. They just chase him off. It's like, wow, you know what it takes to chase off Shane Taylor? That is a bad man.
A
That
lot,
is
I
a
bet. Yeah.
bad man. And he run away from those two skinny white boys. But yeah, in all the fracas, the Outrunners hit Total Recall on Carly Bravo, and that does it. So the Outrunners, Tomohiro Ishii, and Hologram show up for a big payday. It, the Hologram was on one of these teams.
You knew he
The
was gonna win.
You knew he
Yeah.
was going to win. The winner was never in doubt. What I was surprised was that he didn't factor as pinfall. That
Yeah.
did surprise me. But he was still on the winning side. His winning record is intact. He's now got the longest. I mean, he's been here nearly a year.
Yeah.
completely undefeated, and he's not gotten a single title shot of any kind. He should
Why?
be Kyle Fletcher's. He should be Kyle Fletcher's first opponent as
Yeah.
TNT champion. He should be Kyle Fletcher's first opponent because it's getting to the point where it's ridiculous that he's got like 35 wins or whatever and zero losses and zero no contests and zero draws and nothing to show for it except a
Yeah.
bunch of prize money. He's got some prize. He's won probably like $400,000 by himself at this point.
Right.
Like,
Yeah. This was another 100K. So yeah,
yeah, this
like
is another 100K for him if they split it evenly, and they're good guys, so they probably do. By the way, good for Big Tom winning 100 grand for
yeah.
not a great deal amount of work. Like,
I'm sure he has hella chiropractic bills. So
oh, I mean, you have to. Like, they have to build him a neck
yeah,
out of
every
scraps.
day.
Like,
Every day, you see, because
yep,
he just
yep.
keeps getting munched down back in. He's like whatever I can't keep forgetting what are they called the Doctor Who villains like the little soldier guys with the huge heads. Uh
Oh, Centaurans.
yeah, he's a Centauran, man.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
a real life Centauran.
He kind of does look like a potato, doesn't he?
Yeah, a little bit. Except
Like,
he's the
I
scariest
always
potato on the planet.
I always called him an angry sentient bowling ball,
That works too.
and I feel like that pretty much sums it up as well.
If
But
they
they're
remade Hook, he could be the Hammond Ball kid.
yeah, yeah. I mean, can he can he tuck and roll like that though? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. By the way, that kid's name I think was Thud Butt.
But it's
I think that was
okay.
that character's name was Thud Butt, if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken. Um, yeah. Can you imagine Hook leaves and he leaves you his sword. He leaves you in charge of the Lost Boys. I'm the leader of the Lost Boys. My name is Thud Butt.
Thud butt.
All hail Thud Butt.
Hail thud butt.
Oh,
Oh,
I
hail
need to go
thud
watch
butt.
Hook again. I love that movie.
It is a great movie, isn't it? Shmee, shmee.
Um, After the
Uh,
break, we're in the back with Lexi Nair. They're back there with the members of the conglomeration that won that match just now. Kyle O'Reilly and Roddy Strong come in, and Kyle is Goofy Kyle again, which is my favorite Kyle.
yeah,
Goofy outside the ring, killer inside the ring. That's my Kyle O'Reilly. That's
yeah.
my Kyle. Love this dude. Um, and he's trying to get everybody like they said we're gonna go to get Brazilian steak. We're gonna get some Brazilian waxes. We're gonna have a great time. Oh, I love Kyle O'Reilly so much. He's so entertaining when he's allowed to be. So like it seems like they may be trying to absorb the Paragon into the conglomeration. Since Kyle's already a part of it, Roddy doesn't have anything better to do than hang Kyle with Adam Cole gone. My
Yeah,
question is if it's a trio and it consists of Kyle, who's part of both, Roddy, who isn't part of the conglomeration, and literally any other member of the conglomeration, does that make them Paraglom? Can it mean that?
the conglomeragon.
Please? Because I kind of need Paraglom in my life. Um,
Um,
After that was another women's match.
After that,
The
we got
first of,
that a
oh,
highlight
good.
package for
Uh,
Hangman and Moxley, and they're everybody barred from ringside one on one, which they've been doing that, like where they'll announce a match and then like a little bit
yeah,
later they'll have like a video package about it.
which is
Um,
fine, but it's nothing we didn't already know if we've been paying attention, and
yeah,
we weren't. So,
and then here's where we get the women's match where I'll say it's so I guess they're called Triangle of Madness now. I hate it.
yeah, like I posted on Sky about this. Like, it's literally every single other suggestion for the name of this group that I saw on Blue Sky was better than Triangle.
Yeah,
Every single one. Why are there so many triangles?
I don't know.
There was Death Triangle, and now there's Triangle of Madness. And I feel like that's still one too many. Like
There's too many triangles
what
already.
there's too
Yeah.
many triangles. We only have room for one triangle. Otherwise,
And
it just sounds it's silly even for wrestling. Like
yeah. Another thing I didn't like about this is that 100% indie talent that I am familiar with the side because I'm familiar with a lot of indie talent. So like on like when they have like local talents or whatever, it's one thing. Especially when I know somebody's like a specifically regional talent and I see them on an AEW show and they're like already in the ring and stuff, and I recognize them, that's one thing. But when I recognize somebody who has worked at national promotions in the ring that hasn't gotten an entrance, that definitively deserves one, like Rachel
absolutely,
Ellering.
Rachel Ellering is great.
Yeah.
She's legitimately great. She's been on ROH, grinding away. But like I was surprised to see I was pleasantly surprised to see her in this match, but I knew that I was just glad that she wasn't the one that got pinned.
Yeah, I
Let
was
me
glad
just
for
say that.
that too. But I was
Like
just like, why you got Rachel Ellering in a fucking squash match?
it's
Like,
like this is somebody that you
guys.
could introduce into the women's division and slot her pretty much anywhere in
Yeah. And she has a built-in manager who's one of the best mic workers of all fucking time.
it. Yeah.
Like the Road Warriors were already good mic workers, and then they got Paul Ellering to work the mic for them, and he is just that much better than even they were.
Yeah.
And so, like, you've got like this great women's talent who is legitimately strong and
Yeah.
has one of the best mic workers of all time. That's a built-in manager. Literally, all she has to do is pick up the phone and go, "Daddy, would you like to come manage me?" And I'm sure Paul Ellering will be like,
He
"Yes,"
would
unless
jump at
he's
the chance.
infirm. He would absolutely do
Or he
so.
might be under a WWE Legends deal.
I mean, maybe,
Like
but
I know that he got released from his talent contract when they let go of AOP a little while ago, but he may still be on a Legends deal. I don't know.
either way, you've got this woman who should definitely not be getting squashed and not getting an entrance and stuff like that. That part irritated me a little bit, but that not almost I don't know about as much as the name because there's 1,000. Yeah, like you said, I saw 1,000 suggestions for this the name of this trio, and this is by far worse than any of them. Tony
Yeah,
Khan's bad at naming factions.
I mean, I would
He's
hope
great at
that
a lot of things, but faction
I
naming is not one of them.
I would like to think that this was a Tony Khan decision and not a talent decision on what they wanted to be called.
I
Because
would
if
hope
they
so.
because if it was a talent decision, that's really disappointing that they couldn't come up with something better. But if it's a Tony Khan decision, it's like, okay, par for the course.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, I still think that you know, uh, evil or maybe even little evil. Well, you
yeah,
couldn't do evil because there's a wrestler called.
yeah.
He's bad, by the way. He's not good. Uh, he's he's one of the worst things in New Japan. But he's still a former IWGP World Champion somehow. I don't know. You explain Gato to me. I don't get it. But you could call them Little Evil. You could call them Daughters of Darkness. You could call them Sin, and that would like was on their T-shirts in that one
Yeah,
promo, and it would still be better than Triangle of Madness. Any
so
one
much
of
better.
those would have been better.
Yeah,
And I guess the only other question I mean, the match it was an enhancement match. A little bit longer than your normal one because it's trios. Everybody has to get something in.
yeah.
But uh, I've never seen a faction of like three short women before.
No, I haven't
Like I
either.
don't think a single one of them is over 5'4", if that. Like so they're
If
all these
that,
like
yeah.
they look like a swarm of hornets almost. You know what I mean?
They're gonna stack themselves on top of each other's shoulders and put on a trench coat to fight Chris Statlander.
Right? Seriously.
Or Megan Bain.
Speaking of, she factored in here after the match where they pinned Maserati, I believe. Was it Maserati?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Tekla curb stomped her and then finished her.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Amanada comes out. She's still got the black around her eyes, selling the pre uh established Black Mist effects.
Yeah.
I mean, at least you may like it or you may not like it, but at least they're being consistent with it. Everybody who gets hit by the Black Mist gets like infected to
Yeah.
varying degrees. So Mina Aminata comes out with a chair. It looks like she's going to clean house, but then all of a sudden, Megan Bayne comes out, makes the save, and just destroys her, hits her with the running Liger bomb, and then leaves her in there with the triangle. And all they do is just kind of stand over her and look like does like the Kane head tilt,
Yeah.
right? And then like they just kind of leave. They don't even beat her up afterwards. They're just like, ha, 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 you got beat up by Megan Bayne. But like,
Right.
I think that's probably more an issue between Bane and Aminata stemming from the gauntlet than it is a statement of "I am your ally." You know,
Yeah.
though I wouldn't hate Megan Bayne having a gaggle of these tiny women doing her bidding. I wouldn't hate that idea. Like, I mean, Athena talks about her minions, but Megan Bayne could actually have minions of like these little tiny attack dogs, basically, that go
Yeah.
out and they just swarm people and just beat
Man,
the
they
crap
should
out of
have
them.
paired them with her and called them Cerberus.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a too close to the Hounds of Hell thing because the Cerberus was definitely the source of that name.
Yeah.
So if only that had happened like a year ago,
Yeah.
before Malachi Black left for WWE, and it was like, oh, okay, well, they're Cerberus, so we can't be Hounds of Hell. We gotta be something different, you know.
Oh.
But yeah, that could be her. They, oh, her trident.
Mm, okay.
She could call them her trident. Three-pronged attack right there.
Yeah.
I like it. Like just have like well, I mean, because she already has Penelope, who's not like super tall herself. Like so she has her oracle or her high priestess or whatever you want to call her, and then
Yeah.
she has her trident. That is her attack. And she could just completely take over the entire women's division. Like, how cool would that be? That would be cool, I think. That would be neat. I like that.
Go.
It's not gonna happen because I want it to happen. And
Right.
I can't have nice things all the time, but it would be cool.
Yeah. Um,
Next
after
up is
that
Nick
we've
Wayne.
got
Yeah.
after that we've got Big Stokely
Oh,
having his
right,
interview with Lexi Nair.
right.
And basically going in on Copeland, which I expect, but then also Austin Gunn and Juice Robinson. I mean, I guess those guys are faces.
Yeah,
Juice is
and they're
definitely a
also
face,
they're also the next FCR's next opponent.
Ah,
So
that's true. Okay. That explains why he was going in on him. And I was like, but yeah, I mean, basically he's going on and on and Lexi Nair kind of just really incredulously asks him, "Aren't you injured?" and like kills his
yeah, because he's
entire
like waving his
momentum.
crutch around, like
Yeah. 3 words and kills his entire promo. Aren't you
yeah,
injured?
and he just like walks off and off. It
Yeah.
goes to show just how even the straight laced interviewers can have their moments.
Yeah.
you know, where they can be entertained, they can be funny, they can provide the humor as well without overshadowing.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool.
It was
It was
cool.
a good moment for Lexi there. She doesn't
Yeah.
get many moments like Renee does, so like it's good to see her getting.
Yeah. After that, we had Nick Wayne and Kip Sabian against AR Fox and his chosen tag team partner Angelico,
Who
who
for some
still
reason,
looks like an 8-year-old's bright green freaking creator wrestler.
yeah,
I mean, I
for
admire
some
your commitment, I guess.
I don't know whether this was on purpose or an accident, but they kept referring to him instead of Angelico as he has been established, but as Angelico.
Yeah, I don't
Now, I
like that
don't
at
know
all.
if that was a purposeful rebranding and they're changing his name slightly, or if Tony who already has trouble with a lot of the Spanish names, and uh, Nigel, who probably just doesn't care either way, uh, or if they were just doing it on, if they were just doing it by accident, and TK wasn't in their ear to correct them at the moment. Like I don't know what happened, but I like it when Angelico is on my TV though because I love his Yave style, like that lucha libre inspired technical wrestling that he does. Like he's such a great techer, and he doesn't really get many opportunities to spotlight his talent. So I appreciate it when it's on my screen. Um, but yeah, I mean, this it was good to see Kip Sabian in a ring too.
Yeah, it
Not gonna
was good to
lie,
see Kip actually
like
getting to wrestle, which was
yeah, like this is the first time I've seen him wrestle in just ages.
pretty sure he didn't even look like he does now last time he
No,
wrestled.
and
Like,
he looks great too. He's got great
yeah.
hair. He put on some mass.
He definitely put on
Um,
some masses last time I saw him in a ring. Yeah.
well, I mean, he hasn't wrestled in a year or so. Like all he has time to do is work out.
Well, he's obviously doing a lot of it because holy fuck, man.
But
Like,
yeah,
he's a lot bigger
I
than he
mean, this
looks.
was cool back and forth. Kind of your basic high flying indie stuff. AR Fox was over so much with this crowd, and it warms the heart. I love to see AR Fox getting any love that he can get, especially since like he's not a great talker. So like his in ring work is gonna be the thing that gets him over, and it's just like he's just steadily just making his moves and like doing his thing in the ring, and he's just building momentum for himself based on his work rate alone, his body of work, and it's great to see. Because this is definitely the crowd that's going to reward the work rate wrestler a little bit more, more so than other places.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
uh, finish came when Sabian hits Angelico with like what was it, like a springboard clothesline, I think, and then
Um.
it looks like he's gonna pin Angelico, but Nick Wayne demands to be dragged in so that he can hit him with a kill switch for the win.
Yeah. Yeah. Kill switch. Yeah. After
And
a cannonball.
Sabian, when Nick Wayne demanded that he get tagged in, Sabian not only willingly kind of deferred to him as like the head of the family, I guess you would call it, that but also was encouraging him the entire time, whispering in his ear like the little devil that he is. Like
Mm.
I don't think that I'm far off on the presentation here. I think I'm onto something with how they want this to come off.
I think you
Um,
might be because the evidence is certainly mounting.
yeah. Um, but yeah, like this was, I mean, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it was a squash match,
No,
but
it
I
was.
don't think it even had I don't think it had, did it have a
Yes, there was a
commercial?
commercial break.
Was
Yeah,
there a
because
commercial?
Angelico was in the ring and then they came back for a commercial and AR Fox was in the ring.
Oh, right,
And I was like, oh, so we're just gonna miss like half of Angelico's entire performance because it
yeah.
happened during this 3 minutes. Oh, oh.
But
Look,
yeah, like,
I hate where they put fuck commercial breaks sometimes, man. It pisses me off.
yeah, it's annoying. Like, seasoned wrestling watchers can always tell when they're coming too.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on the outside. Up, here we go. There it is. There's the time for the
Yep.
commercial.
Oh
Like,
shit, somebody's in a really long rest hold. Fuck, we're about
here
to see
we
a
go.
Clorox commercial.
Yep.
You know,
Uh, but yeah, the
or
matches.
lately it's been WWE doing terrible work where it's like I'm watching wonderful AEW and then we get like commercials for fucking Jake Paul's fucking reality show with Logan and their mom and shit. And like, that is some fucking gnarly work y'all are doing right there. Because you know that they're like, that WWE's like, hey man, you should have your stuff advertised on HBO since it's on HBO during AEW stuff. You know that's what's happening.
Yeah, and not to mention Peacemaker.
Yeah, oh yeah, and the Peacemaker shit, but that's more TNT because they're reshow
Yeah, they
they're
are, but I mean, its
what's
original channel was HBO,
yeah, the
so
original channel is
it
HBO
makes
Max, and there's
sense.
and they're about to do season two. They just put out a trailer for season two of Peacemaker, which I
Yeah,
like Peacemaker,
it
but
makes sense to advertise it, but you're right, it's a little dirty.
Yeah, it's a little dirty doing it during AEW. Like
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know, man. It's weird do that they do that shit. But yeah, here we go. But then after this match, we had Chris Statlander. They give her about 90 seconds with Renee Paquette. And I
It's kind of
mean,
weird, right?
she's still pissed off at Willow. I don't know what's like. Can we get like a a wrestler's court or something? Like, can we just like get this over with, please? Like, can they just
It was a
agree to
weird
disagree or something? Like,
it was a weird promo route though, right?
yeah,
Like
I thought
she
so
looked like
too.
she was kind of coming unglued a little bit.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
like she's
like
leaning towards the
she
Death
came out with a
Riders.
pocket like she hit her with a pocket sand, except it was like
Yeah,
confetti or
yeah, it was
something.
like torn up like toilet paper or
Yeah,
something.
like what is I I don't disagree with Statlander that she's strong, tough, and athletic, and thankful for it. Good on you. Like you should be grateful and thankful and acknowledging of all of those things. Um, this was still weird though.
Yeah.
You seem like you haven't gotten much sleep, and you sound like Wheeler Yuta looks. Respectfully, love you, Stat,
Are
but
you
like you
sure that's respectfully?
as respectfully as I can muster. Like cut your metaphorical hair. It's getting in your
Oh,
eyes.
oh my gosh. That's for you, Wheeler. Cut your hair. You're starting to look like the sheepdog
Yeah.
off of Warner Brothers cartoon.
Match number eight
8 matches
matches on
on a
Collision
collision. Oh
to
boy.
five. I mean, a couple of them were shorter kind of enhancement matches, but like Dynamite only had five. So I mean, Collision once again the kind of wrestling heavy show in comparison to Dynamite.
This was definitely
Um,
my favorite match of the night, though.
this was the
Because
match of the night.
boy, didn't they
As
beat
much
the
as I
shit
liked
out of
the
each other.
opener, as much as I liked the opener, this was still the match of the
Oh yeah. They beat the fuck out of each other,
night.
man.
Yeah.
Alex Windsor and Athena beat the shit out of one
I
another.
hadn't seen enough of Alex Windsor to kind of like get her until this match. I'm like, oh, she's another Jamie Hayter. She's this, she's deceptively strong. She's just gonna beat the crap out of you. Lots of lariats, lots of shoulder
Well, I
blocks and stuff
mean,
like that. She's just
considering what's
throwing
going
her
on with
around.
considering what's
Like,
going on with Hater, we had to kind of get another one. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. Oh, absolutely. No, I'm not complaining, but I wasn't like sure what Alex's deal was
Oh
until
no,
this
no, she's
match. And I'm like,
definitely
oh, okay, I get it now. I
yeah,
get the presentation now.
yeah, she's
'Cause
definitely hard as nails. Like that.
this is the type of wrestler you are. Okay, I'm down with this. This
Like
is
let's put it this way: when Will Ospreay did the promo about his missus,
mhm.
who this is, this is
Yeah,
Alex Windsor. That's
yeah,
the missus. For anybody who is not in the know and didn't understand when we were saying it earlier, Alex Windsor is Will Ospreay's fiance
right.
and baby mama. Also,
Yep.
they have a kid. Um, so he did that big promo about how she flipped out on him for doing the Spanish fly off the top of the cage.
Yeah.
Directly after that promo came out, a picture began to circulate of her where her opponent has a rope, like a big old like bull rope match rope.
Hmm.
And she's holding on to that rope by the end of that rope, and she's standing in the middle of the ring.
That's a lot of
That rope is
leverage.
taut. That rope is taut
That's a lot of leverage and
from the middle of the
torque.
ring over the top rope to the side, like kind of it would be kind of where the commentator desks are, that direction. So it's taut over the rope towards the commentator desks, and at the end of said rope, where it ends, is a noose, and in that noose is Miss Alex Windsor's neck, and her feet are 100% not touching the ground. So right after she yelled at Will, people put her on Front Street and put this picture out of her where she is absolutely being strung the fuck up in the middle of one of her matches. And I mean, it legit, like, it's gnarly. Like, I was like,
Was she
holy
all
shit.
like, okay, fair play?
I hope so. I don't have her on any of my social media, so I have
Yeah,
no
I don't.
idea. But like, yeah, that's definitely like after that promo came out, that's the picture that was going around. So
Yeah,
she is definitely hardcore in her own right. Um,
yeah.
yeah, I want to see more of her work for sure. But this, man, oh man, did they just beat the hell out of each other. I
Yeah.
really can't expound on that. They beat the hell out of each other. I don't know how many ways. Like there is no
Uh,
other way for me to say that.
and the funny thing is, I think the match was only like 12 minutes,
Yeah, it was. It was
but they
really
filled
shorter
that
than I
12
thought. Like
minutes with a lot of stuff.
man, they were just 90 to nothing the full 12 minutes, man. Like
Yep.
neither of them have any gas tank problems at all.
Nope.
Neither of them.
Nope. Not at all.
Like you
Uh,
see gas tank problems sometimes pretty obviously. Dustin Rhodes is beginning to have some gas tank issues,
but I mean, he's 55.
but he's 55. Yeah. So of course he's having a little bit of gas tank issues. That happens. But
And if anything, in his case, it actually serves to enhance his character.
yeah. But these ladies, no, no, no. There is no gas
Nope.
tank issue
In
between
the
either one of them.
physical prime of their lives.
Oh yeah, and they're killing it. They are just
Yeah.
killing it. They are
Uh,
they whooped each other's ass in a way that I am positive dudes pay for.
yes. Um, one of these things, like Athena is, she's just so good, so good. She does this like she grabs Alex like she's gonna hit her with like a cradle pile driver, and then she just like flips her over in some weird freaking way right into a Koji clutch. And
Oh
like
yeah.
I had to watch it back, and I watched it like 10 times in slow motion, and I still do not understand the physics of how this was pulled off so seamlessly. She's she's hechicera. She's a wizard, is what she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, she is. She is.
She's absolutely like you don't like when you think of like great techer ladies, you don't necessarily think of Athena, but she is very good at this, you guys. Like really good at this.
I'll tell you
Um,
this. When I had when I refereed one of her matches one time at an NWA affiliate here, and this was 15 years ago.
she had
Or
short
so.
hair back then,
Yes,
didn't she?
yes, she did.
Yeah.
Um,
I've seen some of her early
I'm
work.
pretty
I
sure.
was
Pretty sure. Yeah,
impressed
I'm pretty
even
sure
then.
she had short hair at that point because this was like pre. I'm pretty sure pre WWE, like pre NXT, pre
Yep.
WWE. In fact, I'm pretty sure she was green when I worked there,
Yeah.
or when I was the referee. She's always been this good. It's almost like it comes naturally to her.
Yeah. Some people are just born with
It's
it.
yeah, it's almost
It's
like
not Maybelline for her.
it's almost like she was bred. Like if someone said if someone came to me and said that's that her parents were Arn Anderson and Miss Jackie, I'd fucking believe you. I mean, I know better, but I'd
Yeah.
fucking believe you. And the reason I believe you is because she is everything that both of those people were. The only unfortunate part is that the nickname she's chosen to give her opponent for this run annoys the shit out of me. Everything else is fucking fantastic, though. And to her credit, largely has been for most of her career. She's always looked like she could just kick the shit out of you. She's always had substantial strikes. Like this is a problem in the women's wrestling industry is that women being just that they are physically less substantial than men and sometimes just a lot nicer than we are even when they're fake fighting with someone they just don't look like they're hitting you very hard. You were talking about this with Billy has this problem.
Yeah.
They just don't look like they're hitting you very hard. Not Athena.
And
Not
certainly
Athena.
not Alex Windsor.
Athena and Alex Windsor look like they fucking kill you.
Yeah.
That like kind of like Willow. Willow doesn't have this problem either. Willow
No.
looks like she beat the shit out of you. Like
Everything she does is believable.
everything that she does looks like it fucking hurts. And
Yeah.
that's these two. Everything they do looks like it hurts. And when you got two of them, in a match together, it it makes for a great match. That's Tony Storm and Athena is going to be great because they both do things that look like they fucking hurt.
Yeah,
They're going to hurt each other.
like even Tony's presentation now, which is much more sports entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more theatrical.
The stuff she does is still brutal.
Like the stuff she does is still. I mean, her finish is a stump pile driver, which like basically doesn't hold you up at all before slamming your head into the mat.
Just
It
bam.
looks
Yeah.
terrific in like the most painful way possible.
Yeah.
Like she nails you with her ass in the ring, in the corner of the ring at such high speed, and she has such a, you know, sizable posterior that it looks like
Yeah, she is
she's.
pretty bottom heavy. Isn't she?
I mean, by her own admission, this
Oh yeah,
isn't me
that's by
being
her on a mission. She's bottom
this
heavy.
isn't me being, a creep or anything. Like it's by her own admission. If she says it, I feel like I can say it. But yeah, she's got a big old butt and she slams it into her opponent's face at full speed, and it is quite fast, and it looks like it could legitimately knock somebody out, especially if you got somebody who sells really well.
To be that deep.
Um, but yeah, I always thought it was I always called I always called that move in the corner of the ATM. If you know, you know.
You know. Yeah.
So anytime I'm at home and I'm with my wife and I just kind of want to like needle my wife, it's like, oh, looks like she's about to make a withdrawal.
Oh man, but
I
yeah,
mean, it
so this
literally describes what's happening.
this
So
was definitely my match of the night.
yeah, this was great.
One of my top
Match
matches of the week for sure.
match comes to an end when they're fighting on the outside, and it looks like Windsor is on the top of the or they're both actually on the top of the barricade, and they're just kind of slugging it out and doing a really good job of maintaining their balance
Mhm.
until uh Athena slips underneath Windsor and gives her a power bomb to the floor,
Oh man, that
which
was
just
rough, wasn't it?
oh yeah, it just
Oh man.
oh like it was like I would have bought that as the finish if she
Yeah,
just
I would
rolled
have
her
too. She just
in.
rolled her in and pinned her. Yeah, I'd have
Yeah,
bought that.
but she finished. She made sure to put an exclamation point on there with an O face to win, which is still one of the coolest finishers of all time.
That's
Like
true.
it's
Yeah,
a top leaping top rope stunner. I don't know how you get cooler than that as a finish.
you know.
That is inherently insanely cool.
Yeah,
Like I mean that again speaks to Athena's not only um ability, her athletic ability, but her creativity. Like
yeah.
she comes I don't know, she just approaches her performances differently than most of her peers.
She
Our
has an
brain must
it
be just
fact.
wired differently.
Yeah,
That's
she
all.
has a wrestling wired brain, man.
Yeah.
I am positive of that. Just from where I saw her more towards the beginning of her career to now. Um, yeah, she's always been this good, man. She's wrestling wired. She's just got there's the it factor that the WWE would put it, and I would argue that the it factor for AEW is different
It
than
is.
WWE it factor. And
Because it's a different audience.
Athena has the AEW it factor. She has it. She has it. Whatever that it is that makes you a great wrestler and just to really understand the business and understand the mechanics and understand the performance and just understand the whole thing as a package
Yeah.
the way she does. It's got to be like a completely different set of genetics. And
Yeah,
there's a very few people that understand the business the way she
she
does.
is so blessed. And
Yeah.
so are we, because we get to be alive during the run of Athena.
Yeah.
We get to see this. We get to witness
Yeah.
this with our own eyes. And we are very, very fortunate for that.
And we get to
All
see her
hail the
take on
fallen
Tony
goddess.
Storm, which, I mean, we are literally getting to watch a clash of like the titans of women's
Yeah.
wrestling. Like,
Yeah.
two,
Yeah.
both of these women will be
Yeah.
legendary level fucking women's wrestlers in time. Like,
Absolutely.
they just,
100%.
that's
And
the
for like
legacy they'll leave.
completely different reasons
Oh, yeah,
too.
totally different reason.
which is the great thing about wrestling is that there are so many avenues to
Yeah.
greatness. You can be remembered for all sorts of things. It's
Yeah.
fantastic. You just kind of have to figure out what your lane is.
Yeah. Yeah.
After the match, though, Athena and Billy attack Windsor, but Tony Storm comes in. She just charges down the ramp, just like freaking moves Billy out of the way, and it's a Mongolian chop on Athena on the outside. Or no, it's the chop to she rolls inside and hits Athena with the Thez press.
Mhm.
Um, and she just honestly she just beats Athena up. Like she just
Yeah.
beats her up. Like there was no back and forth. This was full babyface shine mode. She was just, you know, uh beating back the dastardly heels. Like it was
Yeah.
all Tony.
Until Stark shows up with the contract and hits her in the back of the head with it.
Yep.
But then Alex Windsor kind of comes to
Yeah.
again and fends them off. So they end up standing tall,
Yeah.
Windsor and Storm.
Yeah. I thought everybody I'm glad that they had that spot where Athena or not Athena, Alex made the save at the end too, even after that match. Because it
Mhm.
puts over her toughness and her willingness to fight the good fight alongside Tony. Like
Yeah.
so, I mean, Tony kind of needs an ally. Like I think, what's his face? Luther is probably just enjoying some time off. They heavily implied that he needed something reattached.
I
They heavily
wonder
implied.
what.
I mean, that could just be a retina.
True.
I say just as if that's not a horrible injury, but I would rather detach a retina than detach my penis. So,
That's true.
I mean, I mean, it was heavily implied to be the latter, but it could be the former, or it could be a literal kayfabe injury that is just meant to give him some time off. It's fine.
Maybe.
Mina's injured, her hands all busted up.
Oh,
So,
broken for me.
gotta, Billy, Athena has a minion, so you need somebody to answer her with. We're not going to go the same route that we did with Mercedes, where it's like, you know, it's all one sided like that. So they're going to even it up this time. So
Yeah.
giving her Alex Windsor could do worse. And I like the fact that it's not like it's specifically stated where there's nothing here. We're just,
Yeah.
we're friends and there's nothing else. Because like Tony has a habit of making like every partnership she has at least somewhat sexual.
Yeah.
So it's kind of good to see that she can have platonic girlfriends too. Uh, uh so yeah, I'll you know what you wrap this up and then I'll tack on at the end with what we talked about before we started.
Um, couple matches aside, Collision was okay. It seemed real B showish this week though. I was having at certain points I definitely had a hard time paying attention to it. But the matches weren't bad. The wrestling was all very good. I could do with less enhancement matches, especially when you got somebody like Rachel Ellering available to you. Like, don't enhancement match her. What are you doing, Tony? Like, sometimes I understand what he's doing. Cases like that, I don't. But other
Yeah.
than that, Dynamite was pretty good, or
I
Collision was pretty good. Sorry.
Yeah, it was kind of lacking in star power. But
Yeah.
I did come across this post on Blue Sky from at AEW.one ONE from Travis of AEW Women's Division blog. And he brought something up that I hadn't considered and has made me kind of rethink a little bit how the show was constructed and made me think that, you know what, I'm going to be a little kinder to it because I'm going to quote him here, broke, R.I.P. Hulk Hogan, woke, fuck Hulk Hogan, bespoke, Tony Khan books matches and segments with Lee Moriarty, Shane Taylor, Brian Keith, Max Caster, Anthony Bowens, Sean Dean, Carly Bravo, Trish Adora, Maserati, Queen Aminata, Stokely Hathaway, AR Fox, Athena, and Stephon Smith on Collision. That's a lot of black talent on the show that they have to give a non-eulogy for Hulk Hogan, isn't it?
Sure is.
Now, I mean, granted, it's missing some of the star power. Mercedes Monet, for example, it was in Poland, winning two more belts. Um, Swerve and Nana, I think, were at Comic Con.
Yeah, they
You
were at
know,
SDCC, I think.
so like, they were missing a little bit in star power, but like, that's a lot of black talent to put on the show that's supposed to have a segment where we celebrate a racist. So I'm just saying that made me appreciate the show a little bit more, even if it did feel kind of B showish. It's like, okay, I see what you might have done here, Tony. I'm okay with it because it was on record that Hulk Hogan was not allowed at AEW shows
Yeah.
at all because of, the racism. And then his ex-wife Linda made some kind of tweet several years ago, and Tony responded to her saying, "Oh, guess what? You bought a ban on yourself from backstage at Collision too. Congratulations!" Like,
Mm-mm-mm.
Tony is serious about this, and I don't think it was an accident. I really, the more I think about it, the more I think he was like, okay, well, this is a live show, so I can, change things on the fly if I need to. I'm gonna put on as much talent of color as possible. Hell, I'm even gonna tag a black man with a white South African and make the South African lose. I'm sure Angelico is not a racist. He's probably not Elon Musk. But AR Fox did not take the pin in that match.
That's true.
So, I mean, I think maybe this was malicious compliance.
I mean, not quite as on the nose as South Park, but I mean, we're there.
I mean, sometimes you got to be sneakier than.
Or
So I don't
sometimes you
know.
try to
I
get
found
fired.
that I liked that post. And I didn't know if you had seen it, but I wanted to
No,
bring it
I
up
hadn't.
on air because I think maybe it colors the show a little bit more favorably. Because I knew that neither one of us really. It's not that we didn't enjoy Collision; it's that we didn't enjoy it as much as we normally do.
Yeah.
And I think maybe through this lens, we can kind of forgive it a little bit more.
Yeah, I could definitely appreciate it a little bit more if they're trying to stick a thumb in the eye of a racist. That'd be great.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, now, like, I guess there's only one thing left to do, isn't there, Aaron?
Yeah, I guess it's time to do like the pros do and call it in the ring.
Yeah, baby. So, decided to think a little bit more outside the box for this week.
Mm-hmm. Of
Um, this is tangentially wrestling related.
course it
But as I'm sure most, if not all of you, probably knew already, on Netflix this week, they just dropped Netflix exclusive Happy Gilmore 2. You know anything, if you're listening to this podcast and you know anything about Happy Gilmore 2 and why we would be covering it, it's because there are two wrestlers in that cast. Maxwell Jacob Friedman and Becky Lynch are both in this cast. So
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I want to see this movie anyway. I texted up Aaron is like, hey, why don't we just review this movie for calling it in the ring this week? That might be fun. A little bit of
Yeah.
change of pace, and probably honestly a shorter segment than you're used to. And considering how long winded we always are, probably a break for all y'all too. If I'm being honest. But yeah, I
Always
did
good to
a
stay honest.
I did a double feature with my wife. I hadn't seen the original Happy Gilmore in so long. So I wanted to do that while it was still on Netflix, which it is until the 31st. So if you're listening to this podcast in the day on the day that it comes out in the next two or so, you can still do the double feature yourself if you're lucky. Um, Otherwise it'll just have to be the second one. But the good thing about the second one is that you may not need to watch the first one to catch up because let me tell you, lots of flashbacks, and I
Yeah,
do mean stock footage in that regard.
yeah.
Um, don't know how I feel about that. I
I'm
mean,
okay with
part
it. I mean, it's been 30 years. A lot of the people watching this movie weren't
it's
alive
true.
when the first movie came out.
Yeah, it's true. Like I suppose that it wouldn't have been necessary if they could secure the rights to Happy Gilmore, the original,
Mhm.
for an extended period of time on Netflix. Like I said, it's ending on the 31st. So it's like, okay, well, this is an original. This is going to be on Netflix forever. We can't say the same thing about the original movie. Maybe we should catch people up so they don't have to deviate from Netflix.
I mean, I could see that being the plan.
Um, but yeah, so if you can't do that double shot, that double feature, don't worry, the movie will catch you up.
Yeah, it sure
Uh,
will.
that being said, I thought it was good. I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Like
I did too.
lots of callbacks,
Based on the
so
train,
many callbacks.
it didn't go the way I thought it was going to go based on the trailer. Like they conveniently left some of the more ridiculous aspects of the story out of the trailer and
Yeah,
conveniently kind of framed it in such a way that you thought it would be closer to the previous movie.
yeah,
Um, but that said, I didn't hate it. I just there were some things I thought I was like, that's a little ridiculous.
yeah. I mean, these movies are a little surreal to start with,
Yeah.
but like, there's a scene where Happy Gilmore finally meets up again with Shooter McGavin, who has just escaped a mental institution because he got put in an institution because he went crazy because he lost to Happy Gilmore 30 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's just he just escaped from it, and they meet up in a cemetery and they have a pretty good fist fight actually, a pretty
Yeah.
entertaining one. But like everybody all the characters who have died are somehow miraculously in the same cemetery.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like
Like,
everybody who died from the previous movie until now, everybody who died in the story. It's like, but
yeah,
it was like a mix. It was like all the people who died in the story and all the people who really died.
yeah. Like Bob Barker's there,
Yeah, like Bob Barker's in there, which is hilarious.
and he's like, just like 10 feet away from Happy Gilmore's grandma.
Mhm.
Like, why are all these people in the same cemetery? If I mean, obviously the answer is narrative convenience
Yeah,
and laughs,
which was
but
hilarious.
like
It was a
it
pretty
doesn't
funny little.
it doesn't make sense, but it is funny.
It is funny. Yeah. Ben Stiller returning as Hal
I like how he had a
was
much bigger
funny.
role in this movie,
Yeah, I do too. I
and
also like that he was like a sadistic AA guy.
yeah, he they fixed the problem I had with him in the original, which is that he's exploiting all these seniors at the senior center, right? At the nursing home, and then grandma Happy gets his grandma out of there, and then you don't see him for the rest of the movie.
Hmm.
Like he just never gets his comeuppance. In this movie, they definitely fixed that,
Yeah.
and I was appreciative of that because I always thought in the original movie was like this guy didn't like this guy was a total villain, and I really would have liked to see him, you know,
Yeah.
get
Everybody
his
got theirs but him.
yeah, and so
Yeah.
like he gets his, I mean spoilers or whatever, but like he gets his by the end of the movie. You won't see how. I won't tell you how. And you will not see it coming.
No,
But
I totally didn't see that coming at all.
no. Um, one thing that did surprise me is that even though, and I guess this shouldn't have surprised me, but like, AEW was really, really hyping up MJF's role in this movie and stuff like that. And I can only imagine that WWE was probably doing the same for Becky Lynch. Although they do have kind of a 50-50 history of that, depending, like, they don't like to like hype their people being in movies too much because they always fear that they're going to lose them to Hollywood.
Yeah.
Ever since The Rock, they've been super gun shy about that kind of stuff. They didn't even want to promote Guardians of the Galaxy when Batista came back, and that was
Nope.
a huge misstep.
Yeah, it
Um,
was.
but
It was.
for as much as AEW pushed MJF's role in this movie, it's really sadly not really that big a role.
No.
Like I wish that it was a little bit big. Like he does well with what he's given.
Oh yeah, he was
He
funny.
plays he plays one of Happy Gilmore's four sons.
Yeah,
Uh,
the oldest, I
the
guess.
oldest, clearly the old. He is so much bigger than all the other ones.
Dude, God, yeah.
He is a. This is a man who in real life stands about 5'9", and he still towered over most of these guys.
He
And
was
he
just
was
like,
certainly the most jacked dude in
yeah,
the entire film. Like, and that includes some of the other golfers who, in the context of the film, you would kind of expect to be jacked dudes. But no, MJF is still the biggest, bulkiest, burliest, most vascular dude in this movie. um, like he's and his like you could definitely tell though, like he definitely had his wrestling pants on though, because like everything was so over the top and melodramatic, and it really lends itself well to this kind of screwball comedy though.
yeah,
Like he seemed right at home.
yeah.
Absolute like if I wish his role was bigger, but he was aces with what he was given. And I'm sure there's stuff on the cutting room floor too that we haven't seen.
Oh, I'm sure there's some good stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to see an outtakes or something. But yeah, it was funny. I thought it was really good. I thought MJF was really good in it. Becky Lynch kind of wasn't in it that much. It was
Yeah, I
like
was
maybe
really
5 total
disappointed.
minutes. You
I was
know,
really disappointed. She is so naturally engaging and funny and you know, like Tracy and I read her book. Well, we listened to it on tape, but we listened to it on Audible and let her autobiography, and she's just like so cool and down to earth and very relatable and very very Irish and self-deprecating. And I love her so much. I was a huge fan of her run, you know, heading into the man gimmick. I was just along for the ride. I was a big fan of her even when she was doing a terrible Irish step dance in NXT. First time I saw her, I'm like, oh God, she's trying so hard. God bless her. Like, I'm in love with this woman. And I was a fan from, the off. But like to see that, to see her finally get what she was due, what she was owed, I'll always have that part of me as part of my fandom. Um, you can't make me hate her, especially when she's wearing Ms. Rachel t-shirts on Raw.
yeah.
Like again, malicious compliance. We won't talk about Palestine, but I'll wear a Ms. Rachel t-shirt. You'll know. If you know, you know. Um, Plus, my kids love Ms. Rachel too, so I mean, that bonus. Um, but I was really disappointed that we didn't get more footage of her in this film, just kind of being herself and being like, awesome because she's awesome.
Yeah.
And so I guess as kind of disappointed as I was in how much of MJF we got to saw, I'm really disappointed about how little we got to see Becky Lynch in this
Yeah.
movie. She only shows up towards the end in the third act, and she's kind of like part of an ensemble, and she's barely she. I don't think she had any like actual lines. I think whatever lines she was in were probably just ad libs. They
Yeah.
don't see like it was like mostly trash talk, so it doesn't really seem like it was like scripted. It was like, okay, go out there and talk some trash. We know you can do it. You're a wrestler.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if there was anything disappointing about it, in my eyes, it was that. We didn't get more Becky Lynch. We didn't get more MJF. But honestly, like this movie was always going to be a nostalgia trap. You know,
Yeah.
But I think it still did enough of its own creative, and despite the fact that it had like a zillion callbacks, and a lot of stock footage, uh, to aid in those callbacks. But despite that, it still had its own story. It still had its own plot. It still had some twists and turns that you didn't see coming. And it felt like an old school Adam Sandler comedy from the 90s.
Yeah.
It had that feel to it. I I haven't really kept up with Adam Sandler's career, in a while, but like I didn't realize that it was like that there's a very specific kind of feeling that that kind of movie has, and I didn't realize that I was missing that in my life. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's nice. That's cool.
Yeah.
I get to feel like this again. I get to watch something with these very particular quirks again.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with it, man. I really enjoyed it. Twists and turns. Yeah. I mean, like from that very first twist, I was like, whoa, okay.
Yeah,
It catches you off guard, like right from the start, and then you kind of
right
just
out of the
go
gate.
through with it.
Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, I thought it was great. I had a lot of fun. I laughed a lot. Like I genuinely like had like some hard laughs
yeah, me too.
when I did. So I mean, I thought it was pretty good, man. I've seen some hate online, but I don't really agree with it. I thought this was really good.
I'm wondering if maybe the hate online is from people of different generation. Like, I think this very much speaks to our generation.
Oh
This was
yeah, it's
the
definitely an
original
us
was a
movie.
movie for our childhood,
Yeah,
of our childhood. So this movie was not made really for anybody but for millennials.
yeah,
So if I'm wondering if maybe the dissonance there is a generational gap kind of deal,
yeah,
which is fair. It's fair, totally.
yeah. That's fair.
But
Yeah,
I if you like the original, you'll like this.
yeah,
I think that honestly, that's kind of the easiest measuring stick that I can give you.
yeah. That's the yeah. I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. I like I said, I laughed pretty hard at a bunch of parts of it. So, and I thought MJF was really good. I thought Becky would have been better if she had a actual like lengthy role
Yeah,
of any kind. But other
I
than
yeah,
that, like
I was hoping.
yeah, other than that, it was really good. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. And that's
All
two
right.
wrestlers who are unionized now. So let's get the rest of
It's true.
them.
It's true. Although Becky already had her sack card because she was in one of those Marine movies.
Oh yeah, she was. Huh?
Yeah, I with the fourth one, I think. I'm not sure.
I don't know.
The one with
I
Shawn Michaels.
Shawn Michaels did a Marine movie.
Yeah, he was in that with her. Yeah.
Oh gosh,
Yeah, let me look it up real quick.
that sounds awful.
I mean, they all sound awful.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. Let's see if I can find it. It is filmography. The Marine Six, Close Quarters. They made
Oh,
six of these
there's six of
somehow.
them.
But yeah, it is the sixth and final installment of the Marine series. Mike the Miz Mizanin returned to star in the series for the fourth time alongside fellow WWE wrestlers Shawn Michaels and Becky Lynch. 2018.
Oh, that's terrible. That's just
It's not great.
I'm sure none of the six are that good.
I'm sure none of them are.
But yeah. With that said, I think that'll be it for this week. We will join you guys again next week. We hope you had fun with us this week. We have fun coming to you every week. Thanks for listening. And y'all keep your head out there. We love you.
Peace, homies.